offense in last night's game. The bats went cold, and Seattle managed just a single hit off Dodger starter Eric Lauer. Still, they have a chance to take the series with a win today, but it's Brian Wu instead of Bryce Miller. That means Wu will need to shake off his road woes against a great Dodgers lineup. Can he do it? And can the Mariners offense wake up? First pitch coming your way at 7:10 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Bump and I are live from Virginia Mason Athletic Center, where Ernest Jones is walking in front of HBO's Hard Knocks camera team, and the Seahawks are out here. And
that's got to be weird. You're the camera guy. You're the stalking players.
I mean, they're kind of blending. So here's the thing. The Hard Knocks camera crew, and if you hear noise in the background, obviously we're at practice right now. The Hard Knocks camera crew are wearing navy T-shirts, so they kind of blend in. It took me a minute to spot them. You had to point them out, and then obviously I very casually tried to get in front of the camera. But they have a boom mic right over a bunch of the defensive linemen right now. They're definitely listening to a conversation.
If you're holding the boom mic.
Am I going to spoil it if I say who the boom mic's over? Maybe I shouldn't.
It's over Leo and Chenna.
I didn't say anything.
But if you operate the boom mics, your shoulder game has to be really strong.
Oh, you know how much I'd have the boom mic touching people's foreheads on accident all the time, constantly. Don't put me in charge of that boom mic, I'll tell you that much. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's seeing padded practice. It feels like the season is inching closer and closer, and I don't know how many questions we're definitively going to have answered in training camp, Bump, but there's certainly plenty of intrigue, and I want to start by talking about the intrigue around the offense. And when I say intrigue, what I should say is doubt sometimes when it comes to national voices, because there's still a lot of hesitation from a lot of prominent people that the Seahawks offense can do what they did last year. For instance, let's get this started. So I'm going to start with cut one. This is Bucky Brooks. I believe it was on with Brock and Salk, unless it was another appearance, talking about why he's hesitant about the Seahawks offense. In cut one.
Studied what he did going from outside to inside last year. Now we get a sense of what he is. Here's how we're going to handle it. What are your answers? What is Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed? What do they do in roles where they're going to need to complement and support him? All those tight ends, or Rojo and Barner and all those guys, like, how does all of this come together? And it's easy to say, hey, we're going to pick up where we left off. Last year we're going to go roll, but I learned from Coach Holmgren and those other guys, whatever we did last year, we got to start all the way back over. This year we got to redo it.
Okay, so I'm guessing that Bucky is not alone in these thoughts, where a lot of the doubt stems from the absence of Clint Kubiak, the assumption that Clint was a big part of what they did here. And why would you not think that with the explosive plays? But, Bump, it's probably why Nate Tice of Yahoo Sports has the Seahawks outside of his top 10 offenses this year.
Same old story, different year. You're still questioning the quarterback. Got a new offensive coordinator. I think last year people were still kind of wondered what Kubiak was going to look like in this offense. You have Brian Fleury, who's never called a game in the NFL. The thing that I like, though, you got all 5-year star linemen coming back. You got the best receiver in the game coming back. Probably a top 5, top 6 tight end room, I would say. But the doubt is real, and the doubt should be there. But outside the top 10, I wasn't expecting that, though.
Do you want to know the top 10?
Sure.
Because you'll see some common themes, and you'll be like, oh, it's all coming together now. Okay, so I'm going to go in reverse order, starting with 10. Packers, Jags, Patriots, 49ers, Chargers. That's 10 through 7 for Nate. Bills at 6. Bengals, Cowboys at 4. Top 3, Bears, Lions, Rams.
Okay.
Common threads?
What is it?
Quarterback and play caller.
There you go.
Not with every single one of these. Like, the Lions are in his top 3. I don't know that Jared Goff is universally seen as a top 3 quarterback, but
listen, we've already decided that we're going to stop hating on Jared Goff.
I haven't decided that.
Yes, we decided as a show. Jared Goff deserves all the love in the world.
I don't think you speak for me. I can disrespect who I want, and I can continue to disrespect Jared Goff for no reason whatsoever.
Single-digit interception.
Yeah, doesn't deserve it. But
I'm surprised that the Bears in the top 3. I think that they can be a top 5 offense. I do believe in Caleb. I believe in Ben. I believe, in what they got going over there. I sent you an Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you call it? Is that what the kids call it? I sent you an Instagram.
Said I sent you an Instagram DM. He sent me a video.
A video of Caleb just making these stupid throws, man. I like that. Keep the Hawks out of the top 10 on everything. Give them more motivation. Give them something to talk about when it comes to Hard Knocks. Happy birthday, B.
Hi, Brady.
That's
happy
Brady
birthday.
saying happy birthday to Brady. So I like it. It's there's an argument to keep them out. If there wasn't an argument, then maybe I'd be a bit more offended. I think they deserve to be in the top 10, but there's an argument as to why they're not in the top 10.
What's the argument?
Argument is your offensive coordinator. You don't have K9. People hating on Sam. I'm not hating on Sam, but I understand why people are still doubting him because of his turnover issues last year. But I'm all for it, man. I like the slight disrespect.
I like the disrespect because, like, look, as a lead host, it lets me steer conversation towards, like, and listen to what they said here. But I also think it's just an interesting conversation because it's a real debate. It would be stupid, literally so dumb, if people entered the season going, I don't think that the Rams are going to be good. Like, that would be completely forced. What are you talking about? They're chock full of all-pros and a reigning MVP. Like, of course the take about the Rams has to be that they need to win a Super Bowl because look at everything that they have invested. It would be a boring and bad take to doubt them.
Yeah.
It is not a boring or bad take to doubt the Seahawks, but it's certainly a questionable one because I think there's a lot here that is good and probably not given the respect it deserves. For instance, Curtis, I'm going to pull you into this conversation. You made a point. You made a point in our show email that there are significantly fewer questions on the offense than there was at this time last year.
Yeah, you're starting from a much better place because last year we didn't even know if JSN was going to ascend to being the number one receiver on this team because he only had, about a half season's worth of production. Now he's the reigning NFL Offensive Player of the Year. You've got much better wide receiver depth, Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, a healthy Torrey Horton right now. You've got an emerging tight end in A.J. Barner, good tight end depth, too, with Elijah Arroyo. Your offensive line is exactly the same as it was a year ago, coming off of a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold another year in the system. So, you're starting off from a much better point than you did a year ago. Really, the only big question on the offensive side of the ball is the running back spot. You add a first-round pick to the group, and you're going to get Zach Charbonnet back. It sounds like maybe a little bit earlier than you anticipated. So I think the question marks on the offensive side of the ball this year are much smaller than they were this time August 1st or July 30th, wherever we were at this portion of the year last year. So, yeah, I think it's in a way better spot than it was.
Going to be one thing if those questions kind of had nowhere to go but bad news. But a question mark about the running back room, well, a possible answer, like a thing that could very well happen, Bump, is that Jadarian Price is like Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying he's going to give you 1,000 yards. But what I'm saying is there's a universe where he's just better than people think. And where a lot of the doubt was warranted, but probably premature in terms of a definitive statement that the Seahawks offense is going to be bad. In fact, let's go to cut 5. This is Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, who was out here at practice watching Price, and he was on a list of guys who could really impress folks around the league.
And if Jadarian Price can be what they think he's going to be, well, then you got the Kenneth Walker question answered, and you've got some runway with him because he's a rookie, So I think like a lot of those things, you're just looking at it, and it's like I said at the top, like there are so many players on the team that are still ascending, and that's why you really look at it and say, even more so than the other team in the Super Bowl, which had a first-year head coach, like there's a lot of meat left on the bone with the Seahawks.
On Albert Breer's own podcast, Bump talked about, I'm kind of combining this with some defensive players, even though we're mostly looking at offense, but he was like, one thing I think people aren't really talking about when it comes to the Seahawks are the guys that you weren't talking about last year that you could talk about this year. Riley Mills, Torrey Horton. Like, I know they didn't trade for Myles Garrett. They didn't add the big names. They didn't make the splashy plays, but like, people are completely overlooking the really good draft picks that we didn't see a ton from. And one of those on offense, Torrey Horton, another Jadarian Price for this year, obviously with a chance to be a young guy people weren't accounting for with the Seahawks.
Yeah, you got some additions. You got guys that you feel like you're going to be able to count on. Riley Mills is a name that I think people are going to get real familiar with. If you are a true 12, you know exactly who that guy is. Torrey Horton had one of the most efficient short seasons I've ever seen, with 15 catches, 5 for touchdowns, 1 return for a touchdown, only about 100 and something yards, I believe. So you're going to get some natural additions, I want to call those guys. And over the past 4 or 5 seasons, I think the Hawks doing a good job with just drafting. Like, you don't want to rely on a rookie, and I think that's why people look at the running back room, and it's hard for them to say, all right, Price is going to save the day, because you never just want to put all of that on a rookie. But if there's a position where a rookie can come out from the first snap and do their thing, it's at the running back spot, it's at the DN spot, and last year we saw it at the guard spot. So, no, there's reasons to be excited, but a lot of people don't dive as deep as we do when it comes to this roster, this team, and what they're doing.
And they could be forgiven for that.
Yeah, they'll be wrong by week 5, so it's all good.
I don't know about wrong by week 5, but I think that I'm not going to sit here and say the Seahawks are going to be the number 1 offense in the NFL. I think that considering not a lot of people were super high on Clint Kubiak when he came here, or in Ken Walker in any kind of preseason poll, I'm a little surprised that the Seahawks are getting a ton of knocks for not having those two. I am not surprised that people look at a running back room where last year's touchdown leader in that room is probably going to start on the PUP list, and where your number 1 back could very well be a rookie and going, I've got questions. Doesn't surprise me at all. I think it's perfectly fair. Doesn't surprise me at all that people are looking at a new play caller, first-time play caller, and going, I got some questions. Totally fair. It surprises me that people are treating it like the Seahawks lost the number 1 running back in football and Kyle Shanahan at play. You know what I mean? Like, I think you weren't giving them a ton of respect for those pieces before. Who had the Seahawks in a top 10 offense ranking before the season started last year?
Nobody.
No.
So same thing. Run it back. Deja vu. Run it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
All right. Great. Fantastic. What are we watching for from Price today?
This is the first day where you can actually get a little physical, right? Linemen love padded days because they're the hardest to evaluate when you don't have pads on. But with Price, we're just looking how the chemistry, or looking to see if he can develop chemistry with his offensive line, if he can be patient when he needs to be, if he can be explosive when he needs to be. You're still not going to get a true evaluation of what he can do, but at least it's a bit more physical, right? How does he lower his pads? I was watching, it was the CTE podcast. It was Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell talking about camp, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about how Le'Veon, his first few days, he's running high, and the veterans are saying, you better get your pass down, you better get your pass down. He couldn't understand what was going on, and boom, Ryan Clark just smacks him, right? So it's not as physical these days as it was back then during training camp, but those are the things you're looking for, right? Pad level, vision, chemistry, patience, and pass pro. This is the first time in pass pro he's gonna have to take on a linebacker. He's not gonna run through you, but there's gonna be a little pop. So it's just this gets a bit more physical out here.
All right, we started the conversation by looking at those top 10 offenses from Nate Tice, by saying the Seahawks were being doubted, and by obviously talking about questions in the running back room. Let's wrap up this conversation, Bump, in the final couple minutes by talking about Brian Fleury. I'm going to go to cut 3. This is Gray Zabel on with Brock and Salk talking about his new offensive coordinator.
He's a guy that just sees the game of football differently than 99.9% of human beings do. And it's truly remarkable how he sees it, how his ability is to teach it. And that's top to bottom our entire coaching staff. I mean, there's been a little bit of turnover in the staff, but good core of coaches are still here. So it's going to be super cool to build from year 1 to year 2. And we're excited because we're similar, but we're not going to be the same.
I'm going to be honest, Bump. Just because I'm out here at practice and I don't know what Brian Fleury looks like, really, and I'm going to be
we
searching
interviewed
for him.
Him. What are you talking about?
No, I know, but that was on like a grainy video in like standard def, like out here on practice where everyone's wearing basically the same outfit, including the coaches. Like, it's going to take me a minute to find him.
I'll pull him out for you.
Thank you. That being said, I think it's a little unfair to think that he can't make an impact, that he can't, like, you can make the jokes or the fair assumptions about a new offensive coordinator, but like, I don't know, man, like, give him a chance to prove some things. One thing I think he'll have to prove, Bump, is that he can keep some of those explosive plays that Seattle excelled with last year. Is that a Clint Kubiak thing, or is that a Mike Macdonald, this offense can still do that thing?
I mean, it's both. Clint Kubiak was the designer of this offense. He created these explosive plays, or allowed his players have the opportunities to be explosive. It's going to be a combo of things, man. The best thing coming from this team getting the new offensive coordinator is that he's running it back. He's making it his own, but he's using some of the same terminology and the same philosophy. Mike Macdonald, this is third offensive coordinator he's hired. Third offensive coordinator. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's looking for now. The first one, he went out on a limb, got a college guy. Chemistry wasn't there. Then he says, you know what, I'm going to go down south and grab a guy who has been around this league for a long time. His family has a name in this league. He knows what he's doing. And then he said, you know what, 49ers, Rams, us, we kind of run a lot of the same things. Let me go poach one of those guys over there. I believe in Mike Macdonald, therefore I believe in Brian Fleury. I think he's going to have his moments where he stumbles a bit. Every coach does, every player does, every offense does. But let's get it going. Let's not forget, the Hawks lost their first game with Clint Kubiak as the offensive coordinator, and they did not run the football and do play action the way that we thought they were going to do it, and then he started to work some things out. So, there's going to be some growing pains, but it'll be all right.
We're kicking off the 2026 Seahawks season with the preseason home opener on August 15th. That is not far from now, and we want to send one of you and 3 friends, 4 people total, to watch in person. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app to find out how. If you don't already have the app, text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. You can also download the app for free on the App Store for whatever device you're using. When you open the app, we used to have it where you could click a win tab and find out how. Now there's just going to be a pop-up once you open the app that allows you to enter. If you don't want to enter, or if you've already done it a million times, you can close out, but you can enter daily if you want to.
You have no
excuse. To win.
excuse.
There's no excuse. You can enter every single day that you open up the app. This contest runs through Monday, August 3rd. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Mariners' bats went quietly in their 4-2 loss to the Dodgers last night. What's the real headline?
If Hydrogen Bomb versus Baby was a baseball game.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I'll say this. I saw plenty of complaints about the offense, and it was deserved, right? This was not the Dodgers' best starter, best possible arm, and you got 1 hit, and it was a lackluster day. That being said, Bump, I am not at all shocked that a team that has a $420 million payroll was able to get 11 hits, and that a team that's like a mid-tier level team that's really struggling offensively wasn't. I'm not mad at that loss. I'm mad that you need wins because you put yourself in a hole.
Listen, I thought they were going to get swept. I thought they were going to get swept. So the fact that you got 1 out of these 2, okay. I expected a game like last night.
Yes.
So nothing surprised me. All right, you went crazy that first game. You're cold this game. You have an opportunity to sneak a series win. You're going to have to play some really good baseball. Who's on the mound today? We got Woo. Woo's going to have to correct some woes that he has on the road. But look, we were walking over here, and I think you said it the best. We have like a half-a-mile walk to the facility.
It feels so much longer.
And Stacey was like, look, at this point, we're supposed to be a few games ahead in the division.
Yeah.
And talking about, hey, all right, this look good against the Dodgers.
What a measuring stick.
You're still first in the division.
What could the playoffs look like?
Instead, we're third.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to get wins against the Dodgers, something that a position we shouldn't be in.
And
so you got to just take it for what it is, live in your reality.
And it's so deeply frustrating because, in theory, you would have an opportunity to make up ground with the Rangers taking on the Rays. The Rangers, by the way, lost yesterday. Were shut out 3-0, and it doesn't matter because you were playing one of the best teams, if not the best team in baseball right now. I know they're not number 1 in every offensive category, but they're pretty up there. And so, there were some encouraging things. We'll get to that coming up at 10:30. We'll also talk about how they dig themselves out of this hole. But that was really my thing, is just kind of, am I shocked that they didn't look as good as the Dodgers? No. I'm shocked and angry they don't look better than the other 2 teams ahead of them.
Facts.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, top-hitting prospect Michael Arroyo was noticeably absent from the Rainiers lineup on Wednesday, just a day after the Seattle Times' Adam Jude reported the Mariners have had internal discussions about promoting him. What's the real headline?
No pressure, kid, but it's entirely up to you to fix the Mariners' offense. You can do it.
Where's he going to play?
Good question. So his natural position is second base. They've obviously not going to put him there with Cole Young playing how he's played. He played in left field in Tacoma. Do they put him in left? First of all, do they call him up? Is that what's happening? We'll talk with Rowland-Smith a bit later. But and then if they put him in left, what's it mean for Randy? Do you find a different position for him and obviously keep Randy in left and maybe you're using him at third? I don't know, but it's like second or left, so maybe there's another area they use him, if at all.
Hey, all hands on deck. Whatever you got to do, call up the youngster, trade a pitcher, move guys around. Donovan, come save us. It don't matter at this point. You just want to see some type of life and some type of movement. We saw Twitch the first game from this team, and they showed some life. But this is just where you are as a ball club. Why not?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, NFL reporter Aaron Wilson says free agent pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney has interest from the Browns, Seahawks, and Texans. What's the real headline?
Just when you thought you were safe from another Clowney watch. This is like Christmas. It's just going to happen every year. You're going to be really annoyed if you're one of those people that's like, why are there trees in August? I'm so mad. Well, guess what? It's Clowney watch again. Get ready. It's coming your way whether you like it or not.
I mean, Clowney played for Mike, and Mike got a lot out of Clowney. Sometimes it's
9
just
sacks.
It's about the fit. You know, it's about the communication. It's about the way you use him. And if we've learned anything from Mike Macdonald, he knows how to get the best out of players. So it'd be interesting to see him back here in a Seahawks uniform again, but under a different coordinator.
And under different circumstances, right? Clowney watch is more annoying when you're looking at Jadeveon Clowney to come save your defense because you're an underperforming team and you keep struggling against the run or whatever it is. Clowney watch is just kind of like, well, that's interesting. Let's see what happens when your defense just won a Super Bowl and you're just looking to see like, well, what can you do here? What kind of creative little tweaks can you make? Then I'm fine with Clowney watch. Actually, I'm always fine with Clowney watch. I'm going to be 100%.
We roll our eyes at Clowney watch, but that kept us going during the height of COVID.
Clowney watch.
There was nothing else to talk about.
Clowney watch, The
months.
Last Dance, and the Korean Baseball League remind me of COVID, in addition to the obvious things like masks. But yeah, I always think of that. And obviously with Clowney watch too, like it's almost like a joke at this point where it's just, Jadeveon Clowney is going to be 47 years old, and we're going to be like, Clowney watch again for this defense.
Chance to reunite.
A chance to reunite for a 4th time with Mike Macdonald and Jadeveon Clowney. Will it happen? I don't know that it'll actually happen. And if he came here, I don't know what role they would play. That being said, in our last minute here, Bump, do you expect them to make a couple more additions over the course of training camp?
Yeah, for sure.
I would certainly expect that.
I think so, man. I think that's just the dance called training camp. There's always going to be some type of movement. Someone's going to leave. Someone's going to be inserted. There's going to be rumors. As long as you got your core like 18 to 19 guys, you good to go.
The Mariners dug themselves into a hole, but is trading a starter the way to actually dig themselves out. That's next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Put in the work every day, you know.
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
Not all roofs are created equal, and not all warranties are either. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Right now, take advantage of free lifetime Golden Pledge warranties on all GAF shingle installations. And save up to $3,000 or choose 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Summertime savings won't last forever. Protect your home with a roof you can count on for decades. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends this Friday. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Seattle summers are sneaky, so when the heat wave hits, it hits like I used to. Dave Wyman here. Fast Home Services has you covered with an AC tune-up for just $59.99. First-time customers get the $99 diagnostic for free. Heating and cooling done right by the local team since 1986. Call 1-800-THINK-FAST to book your free in-home estimate. Or visit fasthomeservices.com for a virtual quote in seconds for water heaters, plumbing, HVAC, and electrical services.
Law Tigers was born from a passion for the open road. Over 25 years ago, they saw a community that has each other's backs. Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and I've been writing for quite a while now, and I tell you, it's nice to know these guys are in my corner if I ever need them. Law Tigers was built by writers for writers, protecting what matters most, your freedom, your family, and the ride. They're here 24/7, 365 days a year because writers deserve real support whenever they need it. Your case evaluation is always free, and there are no fees until your case settles. They're going to help you get your bike and your gear repaired or replaced because they know how much those things mean to you. So if you're injured in a motorcycle accident, give them a call, 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, or visit lawtigers.com. Again, that's 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, because every ride you take, your freedom could be on the line. With Law Tigers, you never ride alone. Law Tigers, Washington's motorcycle lawyers. Cook Law Office, PLLC, 539 Broadway, Unit 104, Tacoma, Washington, 98402.
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. At Pella Windows and Doors, we pride ourselves on delivering top-quality windows and doors that enhance the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Our products are built to last with innovative designs and exceptional craftsmanship. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or install new doors, Pella has you covered.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Cascade Machinery and Electric has been the Pacific Northwest's trusted industrial machinery expert for over 100 years. And right now, they're hiring manual and job shop machinists in Northwest, Southwest Washington, and Spokane. If you're a skilled machinist at any level, there is a great career waiting for you. To join the Cascade Machinery and Electric team, visit cascade-machinery.com/careers and apply today. Cascade Machinery and Electric, powering the Pacific Northwest since 1918.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Well, the Mariners dropped last night's game to the Dodgers. Not much offense to speak of after kind of fireworks on Tuesday night in a 7-6 win. This one was 4-2, but it didn't feel quite as close. So it's run scored late, another in the ninth, I believe. 2 doubles to speak of. But other than that, quiet. 1 hit off the starter, Eric Lauer. Just not much of anything to speak of. Bump, the Mariners have dug themselves into a hole because that felt more like the offense last night that we've seen all year long as opposed to the one from Tuesday. What we want to see more of, need to see more of, and know is like within them is the offense we saw prior to that. Now, that's not a team that's going to give you 5 home runs every night, but it's a team that slugs. We know that they've been that before. So how do they dig themselves out of the hole that they put themselves in? Is it by trading a starter? I don't know. That's where we're going to eventually get to. Let's talk about we're going to go to cut 6. This is AJ Brzezinski on with us yesterday talking about kind of what he sees when a team's flat.
People always say, oh, you know, a team is flat. Well, a team always looks flat when they don't hit. You know why? Because there's no energy in the stadium. There's no energy in the crowd. There's no energy in the dugout. If you start hitting, guess what? Guys will literally think they can run through a wall as a team. But when you're not hitting and you're not scoring runs, it ain't very fun. And it's not very fun to watch either. So everyone's like, oh, this team's dead. It's the manager's fault. I mean, they fired the 3rd hitting coach the other day. Like, was it the 3rd hitting coach's fault that these guys are having a bad year? Bobby Magianos? Absolutely not. It wasn't his fault.
Brock's looking guilty after doing a bunch of interviews on camera. I play that to say the Mariners have no choice but to start hitting. You can't just fake, like, I've been complaining about body language and energy, but you also can't fake that until you start performing. So first things first, they need to start hitting.
Got to barrel that thing up, man. I was listening to Dan talk after the game yesterday. He goes, like, we're making contact. It's just not solid contact. So I guess that's a start, right?
Yeah.
You're at least making some kind of contact. But you can't expect those type of performances that you get or that you got game 1 against this team. Now against a lesser opponent, I feel like you can put 3 or 4 games together like that and be exciting and all that good stuff. But, look, you snuck one. Like, I didn't lose any type of sleep over that game yesterday. This is the game I expected anyway, that it's going to be tough out there, even though you are at a hitter-friendly park in Dodger Stadium, beautiful stadium, by the way. And now you see if you can just throw one punch and clip that chin and have these guys drop. They are human. Anybody can get it. But if I am the Mariners, I do feel a bit more confident than I did entering this series because you show that you can play with these dudes.
There were things that I was encouraged from last night's game. I know that it's going to make quite a few listeners upset for me to say that with a season that's still really disappointing, and I will echo that till the end of time. But there were certain things where I thought, well, I didn't mind that, or like, oh, that was close, or like, oh, that's positive and encouraging. It doesn't matter unless you win. Yeah. Ultimately, none of it matters. Like, a hard hit ball doesn't matter unless it's a hit. So okay. But I am curious to see if and when there will ever be a turn to the season. I think one thing that's clear is the guys that are having really bad years, guys like Cal, Naylor, I don't think they're going to turn it on and be phenomenal. So most of the assumptions have been that you're going to have to add, that offense is going to have to come from the outside. Does that mean trading a starter? The rumor is not that Luis Castillo is going to be dealt, though it's still a possibility, but that Emerson Hancock is a much better trade chip for Seattle. Cut 7. This was Emerson Hancock talking about hearing those trade rumors.
I mean, I'm not on there, but I'm not on social media a lot, but obviously my wife tells me about some of this stuff. Again, it's all out of my control. It really is. We'll just kind of cross that bridge when we get there. I love it here. I love our guys, and we'll just cross that bridge when we get there.
I don't know what else you say to that. Got to be really uncomfortable. Anytime I hear players give post-game interviews with this kind of stuff, I'm like, what do you even say? But that being said, would a deal of Emerson Hancock to get you some offense, Bump, be the way, in your opinion, the Mariners dig themselves out?
First, let me say this. Hancock hearing the rumors is kind of like when you're in a relationship in middle school and you hear that your girl's going to break up with you because you're telling her homegirls first, right? And it gets to you. You hear the rumors about it, and you see her walking down the hallway towards you like, dang, is she going to break up with me? Is this the moment? That's what I feel like Emerson feels like right now. It's like he's hearing the rumors. He's waiting for third period.
Yeah, see?
Maybe. I'm having a flashback right now.
It's coming from a certain place.
So that's what it feels like. He's just waiting for that moment. And, yes, I think that's the way to go. I heard Wyman talked yesterday about it. He's against it, and he made some good points of why he would be against it.
What did he say?
He just said he's been your most consistent arm. He's your best arm, and he doesn't want to get rid of him. I think Wyman thinks that there's enough here for them to just kind of turn the corner and get going. Me personally, I think there is enough here for them to turn the corner, but we're 100-plus games in. I'm not relying on that anymore.
I don't think there's enough.
I think there's enough here for them to be streaky, right?
Yeah, yes.
To put together 3 or 4 games, but every 10 games, you got to win about 60% of these games if you really want to have a run at this. And right now, they've done nothing to make me believe that they can do it. On paper, they look like they should be able to do it, but the proof is in the pudding. They just haven't been able to do it.
I don't think – I'll just keep using Cal as an example because he's just been the primary talking point for everyone all year, so it's a good example. I don't think that Cal is, like, done being a good catcher. I think this is just going to go down as a career low for Cal, and that's just going to be what it is. Do I think that he's going to be abysmal for the rest of the year? No, I don't think so. I think he'll get into some stretches where, you know, he looks solid, but, like, this is going to be Cal's worst year. I truly believe that. Like, I don't have faith.
Got a hunch, huh?
Something tells me. It's a gut feeling.
Bold statement,
well, no, I'm not even talking about just the stats he already has. I'm talking about, like, the people that are like, I think he's going to turn it on in the second half. I don't think that. So, like, I'm saying that to say I would never in a million years move on from Cal. I think Cal's a great leader. I think Cal's wonderful with the pitchers, and I think that is important. I do think you need more pieces. Like, I don't think the pieces here are enough to get it done. The question some people have is it even worth it to deal?
Right.
Is it even worth it? Have you even shown enough that you could be a good playoff team or get to the playoffs that it's worth giving up a prospect? And I would understand if someone said the answer was no. I just always have a hard time stomaching that as someone who's grown up watching this team, who went the majority of my life without seeing them in the playoffs. Like, anytime you've got a chance to get to the playoffs, in my mind, you take it. That's just a philosophical thing. You don't have to agree. If you're someone that's like way more about team building and roster construction, you might disagree with me, and I completely understand. There's a rational disagreement to make. Mine's just based purely on the philosophy of if you can punch your ticket to the postseason, you do it. And I'm not saying you do it by trading Laz Montez and Michael Arroyo and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I think you need more. I think you need something to help this offense that isn't here right now. There's something missing that they do not have and are not getting back by just being the group they are. That's what I fundamentally believe.
Yeah, and if you want to get better, you have to be able to take some risks and roll the dice and see what happens. Is it guaranteed to work out? No, but I don't like – it feels like still waters right now. You know, Stacey, if you're ever lost in nature, don't drink from water that's not moving, okay? You got to get the water that's flowing. And,
gotcha.
And it feels like the Mariners are just still water right now. Yeah. We need to get this thing flowing, the stream moving. And if that means Hancock is the piece that's dealt, then so be it.
Don't drink from water that's not moving.
Yeah, don't ever drink water.
I feel like, just as a general thing, you probably shouldn't drink from anywhere in the wild.
No, if the stream is moving and the water's moving pretty fast, you should be okay.
I mean, I'm sure that a river water is going to be cleaner than like a lake. But like, I would rather drink out of a Great Lake.
Don't ever drink. No, don't drink from lakes either.
Not the Great Lake. Not one of the Great Lakes.
No lake.
I think you could drink from one of those lakes.
No.
I think you could, and it would be less dangerous than a smaller river in a forest.
No,
Curtis, is there a way to Google this?
The rivers are better. Small streams are it.
Small
streams. Just get a filtration system.
Yeah.
They sell those at like,
how about I don't go in the wild? How about that?
Store.
There you go. Avoid it completely.
How about I avoid camping at all costs, and if I survive a plane crash in the wilderness, then I guess I'll die.
Just remember these words, okay? Streams that are moving quickly. Drink from there.
Greg in Eatonville says, no bump, no. And I can't tell what he's talking about now. Is he talking about the Mariners,
Greg.
or is he talking about the still water?
You want Stacey to drink from still water?
Something tells me Greg's talking about the Mariners, but I couldn't
still
tell you.
Water's where like mosquitoes are born and stuff. Like that's.
I guess. Bump, you think that this team is better off. Sorry, you said that Wyman thinks they're better off hanging on to all their guys, not to trade a starter.
Yeah.
That you were pro-trade a starter.
I'm pro-trade.
Jordan Schusterman in cut 8, also pro-trade a starter, but for a very specific reason. Take a listen.
I think we've finally gotten there, right? I mean, they've held off for this long, and now is kind of exactly the time when you would want to cash in that chip. I mean, Castillo's trade value is complicated for a lot of reasons, both because of his performance and because of his contract. But let's also recognize that really the only reason they are in this position is the surplus that we're talking about. The surplus that we're talking about is because Emerson Hancock has turned into a really good starting pitcher.
You need to cash in on starting pitching. The surplus that you have there is Jordan Schusterman's whole point, right? It's kind of, you could trade prospects, and that's probably better than trading guys that are at the major league right now for a team that needs everything it can get. But you develop this many guys and have it work out because that's the single best trade chip you could possibly have.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, we see a lot of trade recommendations on the text line. And I think you have to realize to get something of value, you have to trade something of value. You're not going to trade something that's unproven or someone that's unproven by itself and get yourself that bat or that arm from the bullpen, you gotta go out there and trade something that stock is rising, and Emerson's stock is rising. So naturally, he's the piece.
Multiple people have told you you're wrong. The 360 running stream water still isn't good. Someone else said, absolutely don't drink that. Don't ever drink from that. Someone said, Bump, that is horrible advice.
Where are you drinking from? Excuse me. I watch enough Alone, Naked and Afraid, okay, to know what I'm talking about here. Fast-moving water is where you drink from. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
The 360 says you guys wouldn't make it long in the wild. Listen,
no, that's
360.
true.
That's like, you're not even, that's like earlier when I said I don't think Cal's going to have a great year, and Bump goes, oh, what tells you that? That's you saying we're not going to survive long in the wild. I barely survive in my own home when it's over 80 degrees. Like, I can't survive most places. Frankly, shocked I'm not dead yet. But yeah, someone said I just need a hatchet.
What was that movie? Book called The Boy and the Hatchet? You read that?
Just The Hatchet.
It's just called The Hatchet?
It's called The Hatchet. Yes, I've read it.
I think we all read it. It wasn't part of our curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we took this direction, kind of off the beaten path, no pun intended, into the wilderness. We are going to continue covering whether or not anyone is dealt up until the August trade deadline, obviously, and we'll get back to this conversation a bit later in the show. The one thing Seahawks critics aren't considering when it comes to this team, that's next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob, 2 to 7.
Seahawks out here, Hard Knocks film crew is out here. You kind of have to look for them. They did take up the whole gravel parking lot out there with all their trailers. Oh, did they? Yeah, but I think Mike Macdonald, this is right up his alley, right? Like how to ignore it and don't worry about all of that stuff. He's all about that. It's going to be interesting to watch what footage they use, and they're out there recording everything. They got it dialed in. They've done this before.
On Seattle Sports. Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
All right, well, training camp is here. The team looks ready. They're in shape. It's clear the guys took the offseason seriously. And as they prepare to have all cylinders pumping on September 9th, can you make the changes in your life to be your best by that first game? Well, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can certainly help. And by help, I mean give you a proven plan to lose 30 to 40 pounds by the start of the season. And naturally, no pills, no injections, no side effects. People across Western Washington have lost a ton of weight and become a healthy and happy version of themselves with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Personally, I dropped 35 pounds in 8 weeks. That could be you before the end of the summer. And all it takes to start is a free 15-minute phone consultation. Find out if it's right for you. Schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Schedule it for when you're in the car, commuting to work, or just running errands, because the only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Do what I did. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Seattle Sports is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the Seattle Sports app or go to seattlesports.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at seattlesports.com/win.
That's seattlesports.com/win.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Earn money while you listen, earn money while you drive, earn money while you sleep. Dave Wyman here, and I know we're all looking for ways to add extra income without adding extra hours to our workday. How about joining a credit union where your money earns money? That's Harborstone Credit Union, founded in 1955 for local, hard-working people. They have a money market special offering strong returns for your hard-earned money. All it takes is a couple clicks of the mouse at harborstone.com/moneymarket to open one. As soon as it's opened, you start earning 3.75 annual percentage yield. The best part, you retain full access to your money the entire time. Harborstone Credit Union is the hard-working credit union built for people like you and me. Get the most out of your money with Harborstone Credit Union. Open a money market account online at harborstone.com/moneymarket. That's harborstone.com/moneymarket. Insured by NCUA.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We are live from Virginia Mason Athletic Center, where the Seahawks are in pads for practice today. Feeling like football. We have the latest from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald coming up in about 15 minutes. He was on with Brock and Salk this morning. Before we get to that, the latest from a trusted voice in sports, Albert Breer, Sports Illustrated. It's a mix of, he was on with Brock and Salk, also has his own podcast, obviously, MMQB, with takeaways from what he saw at Seahawks camp. I have a couple things to cover. We're just going to go from one to the other. Let's start with a couple injury updates from Albert. Cut 9, what he's hearing about Imanwari.
And then the other injury to watch, of course, is Nick Imanwari's. He had ankle surgery earlier in the summer. He also is iffy for week 1. The one thing that's interesting with him is because he does play a couple different positions in that hybrid role and effectively is a safety and a linebacker. His absence has allowed guys at both positions to emerge. One would be D'Anthony Bell at safety. Another would be Tyrese Knight at linebacker.
So how do you mix the defense to replace what Imanwari gives you? They did have to go without it for weeks 2, 3, and 4 last year.
You know what's funny about that? I was listening to this interview. He named D'Anthony Bell and Tyrese Knight, 2 totally different players to fill the role that Nick Imanwari brings to this defense. That just right there lets you know just how dynamic this dude is. You gotta mix and match. I mean, there are ways, and obviously I'm not in the defensive meetings, but I guarantee there are ways Mike Macdonald can manipulate the defense to suit whoever is in that position, right? Maybe you have a Nick Imanwari package, you just don't call it. It changes things just a little bit. But that's the challenge of being a defensive coordinator, is there are going to be injuries throughout the year. This team will not finish the year with 100% healthy. How are you going to adjust and manipulate the defense? I would assume DeAnthony Bell is better at coverage than Knight. I would assume Knight is better playing the box and being physical. So you make your calls according to who you have out there.
How are you feeling about them week one without him, though? I mean, previously it sounded as though, from reports, the Seahawks were expecting him to be ready to go. But, I mean, Albert Breer, that sounds very much a toss-up.
Yeah.
Like, it's iffy. He might not.
I think they'd be all right. I think they'll be fine. Do you lose explosiveness? Do you lose a few pages in your playbook that you would normally call? Most definitely. But this is football. Guys go down all the time, and you must adjust. Are you a different team without Nick Morari? Yeah, a bit. But you still got Leo. You still got Jay Reed. You still got Byron. I would be more concerned if that defensive line was a bit banged up, because they're the ones who set the tone for everything. They apply the pressure. They close down the running lanes. Nick Morari will be missed if he's not out there week one, but as long as the bigs are good, I'm good.
Well, speaking of Nick Manwari, let's talk about that defensive back room. We're going to go to cut 11. This is Albert Breer talking about the true competition on defense.
Two positions that I think will have the most competition over the course of training camp. Those two positions would be corner and safety. At corner, of course, they lose Reek Woolen, who went to the Philadelphia Eagles. They drafted Julian Neal in the 3rd round out of Arkansas. He'll be part of a competition at that spot. And then at safety, losing Kobe Bryant to the Bears. They drafted Bud Clark in the 2nd round out of TCU. Again, he'll be part of a larger group competing. But whether or not the Seahawks defense can play at the level it did last year, some of it's going to hinge on what happens at those two spots.
I have a couple questions about this group, so I'm going to start with corner. Devin Witherspoon, obviously central to what they want to do. We're both anticipating he gets a deal done. So this isn't a question about will he play or anything. We're guessing that's going to get done. My question is about where he'll play. He's been that kind of slot, do anything guy, with Reek Woolen being one of your outside corners and Josh Jobe rotating their cornerback. So I want to talk about, is Devin Witherspoon going to continue in that same role that he played last year for Seattle? Or without Reek Woolen, are we going to see more of Devin on the outside?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I think that he is like Nick Imawari in a sense that you can move him around. I think that maybe it's a week-by-week type of matchup thing. Obviously, I think he's done the bulk and the best work from the slot, right, being that guy. But he's also capable of going outside as well. I think the way that this camp unfolds when it comes to guys stepping up and showing what they can do will determine exactly how often he's used outside or inside. But, yeah, he's a guy, week by week, you can move him around. But I do like him working best from the slot.
So does that mean Jobe is definitively your outside guy, that there's
Jobe's
competition there? Because
sure.
Neal's hurt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he'd be competing for, like, backup at one of those roles. But, like, so it's Jobe.
Jobe's the guy.
Yeah.
He's getting $8 million a year. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
He's
absolutely the guy. What about the competition in that safety room? We know Julian Love is the guy. But without him and Wari, there's room for some new faces, some young faces.
See, it's weird when we say safety Nick Imawari because I don't even see him as that.
I know. It's like a hybrid player, linebacker, safety.
I bet you they have a certain name for him, right? When I was coaching, my defensive coordinator called that guy, like, the star. You know, there's different names for him.
Can you imagine if your position was called star?
Star, right?
Oh.
I'm the guy.
That's the dream.
But at the traditional safety spot, like if we're going like a too high look, right? We're going Julian Love and Ty Okada to start. Bud is going to get in the mix too. Rodney Thomas is a name that I think we keep on forgetting about, who needs some love as well, a veteran who's been in this league for a little bit. For that position that Nick plays, I flirted with the idea of Julian Neal. Obviously, he's banged up, and someone shot it down. I forgot who we were talking to. I don't necessarily see that, but I think his body type, he can play in that role. It's all about what you're asking that person to do, and it has to be a dynamic player. They don't have another Nick Imawari on this team.
I'm glad you mentioned that, and I'm glad you mentioned the body type too, because that was kind of my follow-up. We had a texter who texted in what I think is a fair question, which is, well, if Nick Imawari is missing or limited early, it's a huge opportunity for Bud Clark. However, Bump, my follow-up for that is that Nick Imawari is like 6'2", 2 whatever. Bud Clark's like 5'11", $195. These are two very different players, not only with different body types, but like Bud Clark was like a ball hawk in college. Nick Imawari is a hard hitter who they were using in a hybrid role. It doesn't sound to me like it's Bud Clark replaces Imawari, but then what's the role for Bud? What's he competing with? What can his opportunity be?
He can do it. We've seen Spoon work from right outside the box at an overhang position.
But Spoon is a crazy hard hitter for a side. Spoon also, Spoon's a number 5 overall pick.
Yeah. Forget the picks. Throw the picks out the window.
It's hard.
It's all about what you can do. And we don't know what Bud can do, honestly. We haven't seen him out here yet. I'm saying that if a guy spoon size can do it, I'm not going to eliminate Bud Clark from possibly getting in the box and doing it. We got to see if he can. We got to see what this game is about. You're right. He goes and get the football. Yep. But, we'll see where they use him.
Albert had some good stuff about Sam Darnold, which we'll get to a bit later in the show. Today's pitching matchup brought to you by Eastside Exterminators. Brian Wu takes on Dodgers righty Roki Sasaki. First pitch coming your way at 7:10 p.m. Pregame show at 6 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports. Coming up next, the latest from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Putting in the work every day,
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Grill math is simple. More people to feed means more food and supplies and more reasons to save big. Get more out of summer at Chef Store with warehouse savings for your restaurant, food truck, or barbecue. Open to the public, no membership required. Visit Chef Store today.
When an emergency happens, be the first to know. Alert Seattle helps you stay safer and connected. This free service includes alerts about severe weather, safety, health, utility disruptions, major traffic accidents, and more. If you live or work in Seattle, Alert Seattle is the city's official emergency alert system. Sign up for text, email, or phone alerts during emergencies near your home, work, school, and more. Text Seattle to 67283. AlertSeattle.gov to learn more and sign up.
Hey, it's John Curley with my friend Bob Stelton. And Bob, just like me, you had a hip problem. You were recommended surgery. Why did you go see Dr. Wagner first?
I was walking around at about an 8 pain level. I couldn't walk that far before the pain would kick in, and it was impacting my workouts and just really impacting my day-to-day stuff.
So you had stem cell on your hip. How does it feel now?
I can do a lot of things I could not do prior to this procedure, and I feel like I've gotten back to being who I was prior to the injuries, which was somebody who's very active, loves being out there outside when the weather's great, being on the motorcycle, sparring in jiu-jitsu, working out. I can do all of those things now. And I've had friends that have gone to see Dr. Wagner. They had the same experience, whether they were dealing with a hip, a knee, an elbow, a shoulder. Everybody walking out of there feels like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Before you choose surgery, do what Bob and I did. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner first. drmarkwagnermd.com. drmarkwagnermd.com.
If the customer wants to be met in Seattle, then let's get that car from Kirkland to Seattle so that customer can come in there and transact.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends this Friday. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
There's a sink at the brink and a drain that's a pain.
Dayandnight.net.
Slow drain? Backed up toilet? Call Day and Night to save $100 off any drain cleaning.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. From a slow drain to a major backup, no drain is too big or too small. Whether we're your first choice or smart second opinion, I guarantee our experts will solve any drain problem, day or night.
Now get $100 off any drain cleaning.
DayandNight.net. We all know a cancer diagnosis is physically and emotionally draining, but it can be financially draining too. That's why Northwest Hope and Healing is here to help. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to be part of Northwest Hope and Healing's mission. We provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare so patients can focus on healing. Since the year 2000, we have distributed over $3 million in direct financial assistance to thousands of local cancer patients. And you can make a direct impact. Mark your calendar for Life in Color, a summer brunch, auction, and fashion show on August 23rd at the Somme Hotel and Spa in Woodinville. It's an unforgettable afternoon of hope and inspiration, celebrating local cancer survivors. Get your tickets now for Life in Color on August 23rd. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
No fireworks for the Mariners offense in last night's game. The bats went cold, and Seattle managed just a single hit off Dodger starter Eric Lauer. Still, they have a chance to take the series with a win today. It's Brian Wu, though, not Bryce Miller. That means Wu will need to shake off his road woes against a great Dodgers lineup. Can he do it? We'll find out. First pitch coming your way at 7:10 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. How irritated are you that Brock and Salk were filmed by Hard Knocks this morning while interviewing Coach Macdonald? Answer, very. It's a betrayal. I thought they were my friends, and I think I've learned otherwise. However, we did learn a lot from Mike Macdonald from that interview. I can't wait to see it on Hard Knocks. I can't wait to just see Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks, I'm not
You don't
kidding.
mean that.
You don't mean that for a second, Stacey.
I do. Listen.
You're saying that through gritted teeth.
My team's success is my success, okay? I got some great teammates.
Said that. You've never once said that.
I say that all the time. I say it all the time. I say I'm so happy for other people when they get things. And look, do I think that I should have been filmed for Hard Knocks? Yeah. But it's I feel like Brock needs this.
For his career.
Good for
Brock
his
has
career.
everything.
I think Brock could use
Brock
could use a platform. I think he could use a more recognizable brand, and so I'm happy.
My man's voice is on Madden. He don't need this.
I think it's just good that a guy like Brock can finally get attention and can finally get a chance to be in the spotlight. So no, I'm happy for my team. I'm happy for my teammates. I just like to redirect. HBO came to me and they said, "Can we actually make you the star?" And I said, "It's not about me, guys. It's about the Seahawks." So this is actually my plan of my doing. Did Bump film me trying to get in front of the cameras? Yes. Did I lay down on the field pretending to be dead to just see what would happen? As a joke, yes. I didn't think that they would really turn.
Firefighters were there. They didn't even buy it. They didn't even come help.
Oh, my God. Yes, that's true. Oh, God. Let's get to this actual interview and what matters. Mike Macdonald obviously talked with Brock and Salk this morning. We have a lot to cover. Let's talk about, we'll start with Cut 22. Today's the first padded practice. So what's the goal of this? Take a listen.
Yeah, I think it's just going to give us a clearer picture about where we're at. Everyone makes a big, hey, when the pads come on, we just evaluate, we went through the roster and our staff meeting the other day, and you have to evaluate with a grain of salt, right? And we're not making declarations about who players are and all that type of stuff. It's just good to get where they're at in their process, but literally to a man, every coach say, well, we'll see when the pads come on. It's okay, yeah.
Isn't it wild?
We know how it works.
So So how does it work when the pads come on? What are you actually watching for?
Oh, man. It's I don't want to spoil one of my 4 downs, but I'm going to talk about this.
Okay.
It's how you handle contact. Everyone looks good. You know, there's I own a training facility, ETA, holla at me, and we do 7-on-7. And it's no pads, it's touch football. You can gain out of it, but it's not real football. And I train guys and train with guys who look great during 7-on-7. I mean, you would think this guy's going to be a 5-star. He's going to a D1. And then those pads come on, and you flinch a little bit because you know you can get hit now. This is the NFL. These are pros. They're not going to knock each other out. But there's that little voice in the back of your head when you're going across the middle that's saying, oh, yeah, he would have lit me up, or he can light me up right here. So you're just looking at how you can handle the physicality once those pads come on.
Brock called me a wet hen.
Wet hen?
What's that?
What is that's some that is some Puyallup, Colorado stuff.
Our
I don't
families
know.
are from the South, and we don't even know what
Yeah.
is that a Southern? What's a wet hen?
A wet hen.
I'm gonna Google it. No, I'm gonna.
A wet hen is part of the common American idiom "madder than a wet hen," which means being extremely angry, furious, or agitated.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's a fair summary of me as a person all the time,
would
but
not-
also of this morning.
I would not have gotten. My brain would not make that connection.
Oh
Wet hen.
no, I'm definitely a wet hen.
I mean, now that I heard the definition, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, but dunked
that
in a
definition.
pond. That's how I feel. And betrayed by my friend. Let's go to, let's see, I have some stuff I really want to focus on. I have some questions about the offense. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to skip to 29 here. I want to talk specifically about Brian Fleury for a couple cuts. That's my biggest question about Cam, so I'm just curious about that part of the interview. So 29, Mike Macdonald on Fleury's vision.
I want his vision to be a huge part of where we're like, we have to free him up to, you know, to give him that space to operate and try some things that might not work and to figure it out rather than be like, hey, we have to do this. You know, like the principles, how we play, that's kind of my job, make sure we play a certain way. But like schematically, how we build it, how we attack, how we game, all those different things, like he's done a great job of orchestrating that, communicating the detail, how he coaches is awesome. The confident, I mean, it's just there's a lot of great stuff. Now we haven't gotten into the fight of the season yet, but I'm really excited to see what our offensive staff comes up with, and we're trying to give as many call-up periods as possible, give him as much exposure to, you know, getting out and operating, making decisions on the fly, and he's done a great job of that.
I thought that part was interesting. We're trying to free up some stuff for him to try that might not work because his vision is going to be a huge part of what we do. I have no idea what his vision is. I have no idea. I'm so eager to see. I think the assumption has been just do what Clint Kubiak did. But is there room here for a new interpretation? Like if you were an OC, you'd have your own fingerprints.
Yeah. Listen, most offenses, if you line up all 32 offenses in the NFL, there's going to be some similarities between the offenses. It's not just one guy is doing something completely different than everybody else. You have philosophies, maybe like to pack it in a bit tighter, maybe like to spread them out. But at the end of the day, there are going to be some similarities. So we're going to see some Kubiak, we're going to see some Fleury. What I do like is that Mike Macdonald said, allow him space to essentially make the mistakes. You know how many times in the middle of the night, I drew up a play and I'm like, oh, this is going to work.
That's
then
weird.
I get out there, we run it 5 times, it don't work. All right, toss it. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have the freedom to try some things. Because imagine if Mike Macdonald didn't have the freedom to try things as a coordinator, he wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
So I like that he's giving him space to fail. Like, it's not even failing, it's just learning. Like, learn what works for you and what doesn't work.
And space to be his own person. Again, let's go to cut 30. It's important that he doesn't just try to copy Kubiak. Take a listen.
If you look at it in terms of the plays are the next evolution of the Seahawks offense, you know, with a different person at the helm and a couple new like staff people in different roles as well. And the play calling is going to be different. I mean, it's going to, if he goes and tries to copy what Clint did, then we're going to be in trouble. That's the last thing we want. You know, Clint, we did a lot of great things last year, but that was that team, you know, and Clint was making those decisions for that team. I think Brian's going to look at it through the same lens, so I just don't know what it's going to look like yet.
I think that's a really good point, too, about the personnel, that, like, great offensive coordinators work around the personnel they have, and we have different personnel. You don't have, for instance, Ken Walker. You don't. You have Sam Darnold now with more experience. maybe that unlocks things that Clint Kubiak had to figure out and work through. Clint Kubiak had never called plays for this team before. I know Brian Fleury hasn't, but he's got tape to show them. Brock made that. As mad as I am at Brock, he made a great point this morning talking about, like, there's actually tape for these guys to watch of them together that Clint didn't have at his disposal last year.
You know what's funny is that it's a copycat league. Like that, you copy what other people do, but you make it yours at the same time. Guarantee you he's watched film of Clint Kubiak's offense and says, okay, I like that. I do this a bit differently. So he's not going to copy and paste, but there are some things I think he should take. The amount of times that JSN got butt naked on a Sunday, wide open on the football field, I'm looking at all the explosive plays that JSN ran and say, okay, which ones do I like? How do I fit this into my offense? So it is copying, but it's making it your own. Maybe he calls the same play a different name, right? You're still making it yours, but you're using what worked. Why would he ignore what worked last year?
Right.
I think you got to take some of that. Make it yours, but you got to take some of it.
Well, and what if your own background allows you to improve on certain things from last year? No one's leaving open the possibility that this offense could look even better. And again, I completely get why, but what if there's room for that? One more thing on Fleury, and then we'll get to defense and some other pieces. But 31, this is Mike Macdonald talking about Fleury's very diverse coaching background.
Yeah, he sees it in 360 degrees, which is rare. And so I'm really excited about that. It's a lot of fun to talk football with him. I have a ton of confidence in how he sees it. I mean, I'm learning from him, you know, like.
Yeah, how hard is that to do?
It's very hard. I mean, there's like he can sit down and stick with you talking defensively, and it's like, yeah, been there, seen that, you know, like in a humble way, like. Yeah. But so we can click riffing on defense, and then he can sit there and obviously he's running our offense and see it through everybody's perspective, including the quarterback. I mean, he's got a great feel for quarterback play and what he expects from our quarterbacks on a play-in, play-out basis. So
I just know those HBO cameras and those boom mics are angry. The Blue Angels are going to be flying overhead. I think that it's worth mentioning that Brian Fleury's background being on the defensive side of things, working with tight ends, working with running backs, like having his hand not only with either side of the game, but working with different position groups, that's a diversity that is unique. Maybe Mike Macdonald really likes that. Like, I know he's a first-time play caller, but maybe there's real value. Maybe part of the reason Mike Macdonald brought him in here is that he sees defense differently as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the first thing you got to be able to do is at least be able to talk it and put it on paper or put it on the whiteboard. And it sounds like that's where he started with Fleury, and that's a great place to be.
Yeah.
And then it's about implementing it, right? You got to, if you can put confidence in Mike Macdonald that you know what the heck you're doing, both sides of the football, that is what allows him to give you that space to make those mistakes and to try new things, because he trusts that your process is a process that will have more success than failure. So it's good, man. I mean, I love sitting around people who know more football than me and just listening to them talk and how they see things, because there are 10 different ways to look at the same play and get a different perspective. So it sounds like they're having great football conversations, which is a great start.
Well, I want to have a conversation with you about Sam Darnold, because that's where we're going next before we get to Witherspoon's contract situation. So let's go to cut 35. This is Mike Macdonald being asked what's next for Sam.
I'm excited for it. He's doing a great job right now. He's playing very efficiently, making fast decisions. He's being aggressive. He's got command of the whole operation. And he's doing it in his style. You know, it's still the Sam Darnold way, which is really cool, and I'm really excited about it. So, you know, I'm not going to put a cap on or whatever, but I would say that, like, you know, we feel like Sam can take his game to another level, just like with our football team.
We opened the show by talking about Nate Tice of Yahoo Sports, his rankings of the top 10 offenses in football going into the 2026 season. He did not have the Seahawks in the top 10. Now, I wouldn't imagine they're far outside of it. There's still some really intriguing pieces, namely Jackson Smith and Jigba. They obviously also just won a Super Bowl. But, Bump, you and I both decided, look, one of the primary reasons that Nate and many others probably do not have the Seahawks in the top 10 is not just because of new play caller. It's because there's still a lot of questions about Sam Darnold. So how can Sam Darnold continue to answer those questions? Where can he go from here?
Well, he ain't going to answer any of them now, because it's training camp, and we're not going to see him in preseason.
Yep.
We're going to have to wait until, the second week of September? Is that when the season starts?
13 or something.
Yeah, but how can he? I think he can answer those questions from within. Like, he should be worried about anything that we're saying, and I'm sure he's not. But it's about showing his offensive coordinator that he understands the offense, that he's not going to take unnecessary risks, and he can put his players, Sam can put his players in position to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much control does he have over this offense? That's my question, too, is he capable or able to get to the line of scrimmage, check out of things, and move things around? I would think, I know this is a different offense, air quotes, but it's the same. I would think that having been here for a second offseason, he sees the bigger picture, right? It's panoramic view right now when it comes to Sam Darnold in this offense. So you know what the bugaboo is about him. It's just turnovers. Limit the turnovers. Had the most turnovers in the NFL last year.
Do you think that there's a world where he's a better player and that makes it easier for the Seahawks to have question marks other places? Last year, the conversation that centered around Sam was, well, he doesn't need to be good because this team's so elite everywhere. And wow, look at the team John Schneider built. And oh my God, look at the coach Mike Macdonald is. And both of those things are true. But like, I think that Sam was never going to get credit because there was so much talent around him. There's objectively a little bit less with Ken Walker gone, with a new offensive coordinator. Is there a world where because Sam improves, those things don't feel as costly for Seattle?
In Kansas City, you always think you have a chance because of Pat Mahomes. We never really look at what's around him. I mean, we talk about it, but we don't focus on it because you got Pat Mahomes, right? So here we look at Sam Darnold, and we kind of don't focus on him. We focus on
only the pieces around
what's
him.
around him. I think that both can be true. I think the pieces around him can be better, and I think he can be better. But end of the day, if Sam Darnold is better than he was last year, this team is going to go places. But if you hit the sweet spot with Price, if Jason can have another great year, if this offensive line can have that continuity, then they just help each other out. It's a team sport, man. And Sam is the type of quarterback that needs that type of support, and that's okay. It's almost like people knock him because he might need a little more help on surrounding him. That's fine. Most quarterbacks do. I guarantee you every quarterback in this league will have as much help as they can surrounding him because it makes his job easier. So I just don't like the way people talk about it as it's a complete negative. Baker Mayfield needs help. You know what I mean? Like it happens all across the league.
I forgot what I was listening to. It was a podcast, and I forget if it was The Ringer or if it was MMQB with I forget what it was. But they were saying they hate that in like the culture of what sports is now, and this is true especially with quarterbacks, but you could apply it to literally any star player in any league. You are either the GOAT or you're awful. That like there's no middle class. There's not even a middle class. That there's no room for just someone to be good, but someone who just needs a little more. Like you are either the very best or you are trash, and you will never win with that person. Is kind of where the discourse lies, and it's just really flat. Like it allows for no one other than what, 3 teams? In the Super Bowl, we had a MVP candidate and just a really good quarterback. Yeah. You know, you can get a little bit of everything. Yeah. Let's see. I'll save the Witherspoon piece for a bit later in the show. We are kicking off the 2026 Seahawks season with the preseason home opener on August 15th, and we want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch in person. All you need to do, it's easy, is open the Seattle Sports app to find out how. If you don't have the app, you can download it wherever you get your apps, or you can text APP to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download it. It is free. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, August 3rd. Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, what will be the most intriguing battle at today's practice?
The heavies, the big boys. I want to see the big boys go at it. I was just watching one-on-ones, watching them get physical. The battle at the line of scrimmage. When the pads come on, this is when the 300-pounders shine, and it's been fun to watch so far. And I'm wondering, was there a fight in camp last year? Do you remember a fight? I don't remember a fight.
Sometimes there are like little momentary scraps. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
know Derek Hall was in something. It's usually linemen. It's usually a guard and some kind of.
So I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see how long it takes for the bigs to really get after each other like that, and it's healthy. All right, camp fights are healthy, but it's about the bigs, man. They're going to create the running lanes. They're going to put pressure on the quarterback. Can't touch the quarterback. You'll put pressure on the quarterback. No, the bigs, man. The bigs shine when the pads come on, and so far it's been fun to watch.
Second down. How will practice be different for wide receivers?
So before you put the pads on, receivers, we got these releases. hitting them with it. DBs ain't touching us.
I can do anything.
Right now, DBs are going to walk up on that line of scrimmage. They're going to put their hands on you. Now you got to show a different part of your game. If you want to play 5 to 6 yards off JSN every single down, he's going to torch you. How do you jack up a receiver's timing and precision and all that stuff? You get in his kitchen, you get in that grill, you put hands on them. So it's going to be different. There are some guys, like I said, 7-on-7 that will shine when they are not being touched. When you get hands on you, when someone is in your personal space, now you got to use all of your technique to get yourself open. So it's going to be a bit different for the receivers today as far as getting open, because I assume with the pads on, the DBs will be a bit more aggressive.
I would like to say that I hope Hard Knocks is seeking the opportunity they have with a Blue Angel flying over practice and a bald eagle flying. But like, I
How
hope
American is that?
I hope they got that. We were only missing like a firework in the background and like an American
It's like a truck
flag.
commercial. Planes fly low, eagles fly high.
Third down. How can wide receivers trying to make the team grab some attention?
So I was thinking about this, man, because I was that guy. And you being that guy, you're only going to get maybe 10 reps when it comes to team, right? With the ones at least. If you're lucky, 10 reps. And you know when they're going to put you in? When they're running the football and they want JSN, Cooper Kupp, and Rashid Shaheed to take this one off. So you got to be the best blocking receiver you've ever seen in the world, Craig. That's how you grab some attention, because then they watch film. They look at your effort. They're saying, you know what? Let's give little Ricky Bobby 2 more reps, pass reps, and see what he does.
Not
so
Ricky Bobby.
It's about being aggressive out here, man, especially if you're that guy on the bubble. You're going to be in for a lot of run plays. Man, block to the whistle, through the whistle, and establish yourself on this team.
4th down. We opened the show by talking about a preseason ranking from Yahoo Sports of the top 10 offenses. Why should the Seahawks be considered a preseason top 10 offense?
Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro receiver, all-pro receiver at the returner spot. I think you have a top 5, top 8 tight end in the game right now, and I think he'll go up. You have an offensive line that is coming back. I do get you have running back questions. We'll see what Price looks like. But, man, you got the winningest quarterback in the last 2 years on your team. Simple as that, man. You got a lot of these pieces coming back, and if there's any position where a guy can come in and make noise right now, it's at the running back spot. I think it's disrespectful, but like I said to open the show, I don't mind the disrespect. I think it's healthy, just like camp fights. A little disrespect is good because it gets people talking. It gets these Seahawks paying attention, and it keeps a chip on the shoulder, so it's all good.
How many yards on offense and how many touchdowns do you think Rashid Shaheed had? I know you know the answer, but what's your...
He had like 200-something, I think, receiving, and... I don't think he had a receiving touchdown.
He didn't, so that's where I'm going next. Now, I think there's always going to be a critique around Sam Darnold. I think people are always going to wonder about a running back room that loses a starter. Those things are normal. But I wonder if Rashid Shaheed, who had 188 yards and no touchdowns on offense, if he did more offensively, I wonder if the Seahawks would have been in that group. Because I think part of the thing that people think is, well, who's behind JSN? JSN's not going to give you 1,800 yards, so who's the next guy? Is it A.J. Barner? Sure, he's intriguing. Is it Cooper Kupp? Well, he's another year older. He was your number 2 guy last year. I think if Rashid Shaheed had 300 yards or 3 touchdowns, if that total was more, I think that the Seahawks would have gotten a nudge that they didn't.
And they're not taking into account Torrey Horton.
They're definitely not taking
5 touchdowns.
He was gone. 5 touchdowns, but like then gone for most of the second half of the season.
Forgot about him. Yeah, so it's fair. I'm not mad at it, but I think they're wrong.
Well, how does he get more involved? Who has more touchdowns by year's end, Torrey Horton or Rashid Shaheed? On offense.
Torrey Horton.
Why Torrey Horton over Shaheed?
Because Torrey Horton is a receiver. He's polished up. He plays the position. Rashid Shaheed is like his own type of player. He's a receiver. He's a returner. He's an athlete. He's an ATH. When you look at his position, they should put ATH next to his name because he can do several things. Horton is a receiver. He's a route runner. He's a ball catcher. He can do it all.
Is that why it's intriguing to you when you talk about like Albert Breer earlier? I actually didn't play this sound, but Albert Breer on MMQB, I don't think with Brock and Saul, said like Horton is one of those guys along with Riley Mills where it's like you just didn't see him, so it's completely out on the conversation. When you're comparing the Seahawks to all these other offenses, not a single person is going, oh, and then they've got this guy Torrey. Is that why you have a little more faith in the offense?
Yep. They don't watch them the way I watch them. They don't see what I see. They look at literally your starters and say, all right, let's judge off of this, where it's deeper than that. And that's a good thing that the Hawks have guys that essentially have been forgotten.
The LeBron versus MJ debate is getting another chapter. Plus, is there beef brewing between a National League superstar and his manager? That's coming up next in the timeline.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob, 2 to 7.
Seahawks out here, Hard Knocks film crew is out here. You kind of have to look for them. They did take up the whole gravel parking lot out there with all their trailers. Oh, did they? Yeah, but I think Mike Macdonald, this is right up his alley, right? Like how to ignore it and don't worry about all of that stuff. He's all about that. It's going to be interesting to watch what footage they use, and they're out there recording everything. They got it dialed in. They've done this before.
On Seattle Sports. Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Hey, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. Customers have a lot of fun with trying to figure out new and creative ways to use closeout.
Sports has the Seahawks. Haven't decided that. Interesting conversation.
Yeah, you're starting from a much better place because last year we didn't even know if JSN was going to ascend.
Of closeout bifold blanks in
Now
stock
for
in
Brewers
Marysville,
own.
Ann Arbor, Bargain. You can put your creative DIY mind to work. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
Pacific Power Batteries understands batteries for golfers, batteries for your car, your golf cart, and your bag's electric cart. We also sell good, used, 5-year-old E-Z-Go and Yamaha golf carts with a written satisfaction guarantee starting as low as $17.99. Located in Everett, Marysville,
those things mean to you.
Bellingham,
So if you're Propella windows and doors,
you'll find our staff
Only
is
you
well-trained in batteries and
I
related
was being
charging
a little
technology.
dramatic earlier.
Pacific Power Batteries with
Camera.
batteries
For Eric Lauer,
for
not with
golfers.
those fireworks. The Mariners.
You can choose the best coverage option for you because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what? End up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know
From the
you.
Quantum.
So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool.
Insured
Progressive Casualty
by
Insurance Company
NCU.
affiliates. Pricing coverage match
From
by
the
state law.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
The Johnson Auto Family.
The best path at that point was to stop for the night, and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier.
The LJ Way.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 2 tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers at White River Amphitheater August 6th. Head to seattlesports.com/win to enter and see contest rules. That's seattlesports.com/win for your chance to win.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Bump is going to love our first story in the timeline because the LeBron versus Jordan saga is getting another chapter.
Oh, yeah?
This time, who's going to have the better documentary series? Now, The Last Dance is an all-timer for most sports fans, but The Athletic reports LeBron James and ESPN are nearing an agreement on a Last Dance-style documentary about LeBron's NBA career. According to the New York Times, LeBron and ESPN are at the, quote, 1-yard line. I know it's a little PTSD for Seahawks fans, but what they're saying is the documentary is close to being done, with the expectation that the camera crew would follow his time with the 76ers. So I think he wants to be able to
let him retire before we do this, man.
No, you have to get the footage.
Get the footage, but I don't even want to hear about it, man. Hey, LeBron, just go play basketball.
I mean, I'm kind of curious.
I'm curious too, but I don't want to hear about it. Just have it pop up.
The documentary is also expected to obviously use footage from earlier in his career, but the story, along the same lines as Last Dance, is meant to chronicle, can he get this done with the 76ers? So it will ideally be signed and follow his entire time in this upcoming season. And then to air, presumably, in 2027.
Just a hater. That's all.
You are a hater, and that's exactly why it's in here. Why are you a LeBron hater?
Because I'm a Kobe guy. If you're a Kobe
That's not
guy,
why.
it is.
That's the only reason.
Because I'm Kobe. Yes.
Why don't you hate everyone else?
I don't hate LeBron.
But it's not like Kobe ever hated LeBron. They never played against each other in a final.
It's not. Kobe has nothing to do with this. It's about me.
You just said it's because you're a Kobe fan. How does Kobe have nothing to do with this?
No. I'm a Kobe guy. I'm from LA. You guys don't understand, okay?
No, we want to know why you really don't like LeBron.
I don't hate LeBron. I just hate on LeBron. I think that he seeks attention.
That's what I'm looking for.
He seeks attention. He's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. You know what I mean? But
didn't Kobe have a retirement tour?
Yeah, he didn't manufacture it, though. He said, I'm out of here. And everywhere he went, people loved him. Everywhere LeBron goes, LeBron's not going to get the love Kobe got on his farewell tour. He's not.
Well, no, because it's not like the loyalty to one organization or your career spent there.
Exactly. It's just different. There's levels to this. LeBron's great. Don't get me wrong. One of the greatest of all time.
Will he be seen as a savior-type figure if he does win with the 76ers?
If he wins with the 76ers, he'll do something no one's ever done before, which won a championship with 4 teams. And I tip my cap to that. I'm also but you were on 4 different teams. Come on. Pick a team. Stay there. Be loyal.
Isn't it a little bit – now, I think I do agree with you that it's much harder to do that as a dynasty versus ring chasing. But that being said, it's not like he went to definitively the best team in the NBA and was like, yeah, I'm going to hop on this team.
No, he just manufactured teams. Let's go to Miami with Bosh and Wade. Cool. Now I'm going to go play with Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, VJ. It's just, I respect LeBron, but it's just not my cup of tea.
I can respect that. Is there beef brewing, not between Bump and Braun, but between Philly star Bryce Harper and manager Don Mattingly? That's our next story in the timeline. We're going to go to cut 13. Harper had this to say when asked if he thinks his team, the Phillies, should add at the deadline.
Yeah, I think we need some help.
But I think we've proved, pretty much all year we've done a pretty good job. But anytime you can, get some help in here and reinforcements, I think it helps.
I like whatever construction's being done in the background. Oh, no, someone's just putting plywood up over this locker. Just ignore it. But anyways, that's Bryce Harper saying, I think we need help at the deadline. And I'll say this in his defense. The Phillies, as an organization that has a lot of money invested in their stars and has made big moves, do still have a lot of pressure to get to a World Series. This is one of the not weaker teams, but they've had much better and much more obviously great Phillies teams that didn't get it done. So there's still that pressure, and he's not wrong in they need something. That's what I'm saying. He's not wrong.
No, he's not. But imagine if you're the bubble guy too, and he's like, yeah, we got to go get somebody. And
right.
You're like, dang. He's talking about I could be one of those guys who could be traded or whatnot. But, no, I think leaders should come out and express what they need. And Bryce Harper has reached a point in his career that he's one of those guys.
He can say it.
He can say it. He can say it publicly. He can go upstairs, knock on the door, and say, look, this is what we need. Now, he's earned that. So I can appreciate it.
Then Mattingly, his manager, in cut 14, was asked about Harper's comments the following day.
I sense Bryce thinking about it. I don't really sense anybody else thinking about it, honestly. And you've been through this. Guys want to be GMs, what you need, without a real understanding of where the organization is, exactly where this thing goes, not only this year, but moving forward. So, again, players like being GMs and making calls and spending other people's money. So, let's let it go at that.
That's a spicy take. Now, for what it's worth, the Phillies are 5th in payroll this year behind only the Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, and Toronto. So they do and have spent a lot of money. They are not, though, ranked in the top in terms of some categories they'd certainly like to be. Like, they're a good team with stars that is going to need to be better to get through the National League, period. But Don Mattingly pointing out, like, well, maybe we could use more from the guys we already have. It's like a Mariners conversation times a million. Now, also, it should be noted, Mattingly's son, Preston, is the Phillies GM.
Why are you so salty, though? Why did he sound...
Don Mattingly?
Yeah, why did he sound so salty? Like, listen, he's one of the stars of this league. His voice is bigger than most. He didn't knock the organization. He's in the clubhouse. He's on the diamond with these guys, and he feels like it's not enough. He's won a championship before. He knows what it looks and what it feels like. Mm-hmm. I just don't like the attitude. I don't think it was necessary. I
mean, it could be the idea of, hey, we have a lot of guys here. You can't be, like, too angry at Bryce. I mean, he's not great this year, but he's still played a career high in games so far. He's got 22 home runs, not exceptional, but also not the worst thing on the planet. Hitting slashing 252, 357, 491, 848 OPS, 125 OPS plus. He might be thinking, not only defending his son, saying like, hey, stop putting pressure on my son to go add someone because you guys aren't doing enough, but it could be a tone that maybe some managers would want to take at a deadline going, well, maybe our guys should do more. Like, here you are yelling for us to add, but like, maybe you should play better.
Soft.
Maybe you should have.
He's soft. How dare you? How dare you put pressure on the organization to get better? Soft.
What'd you think of, I heard Brock and Salk this morning talking about Cal Raleigh's comments.
What did he say?
He said, so this is a quote from Adam Jude of the Seattle Times, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me, but Cal was asked about the deadline and said something like, well, I mean, I don't know that we even need to add. Like, we have a lot of the right pieces, but we want to be in the World Series. We're still gunning for it. Playoff contenders add, so sure, we're going to add. That's basically what he said. I had no issue with that.
I don't have an issue with it either.
Because I think it's different than what Bryce said.
I think it's that's his perspective, you know. Cal believes in what's here. I think you need to add and get better. But I think when you're in the mix, right, you're on the field with these guys, there's a different perspective and level of respect for what they can do. And I think Cal's being optimistic, and that's one way to do it. And Bryce Harper is applying pressure. That's another way to do it.
I had no issue with what Cal said. I know that Brock and Salk were kind of debating whether or not something like that, when you're not performing, falls flat, or whether or not a front office looks at Cal and goes, hey, why don't you start playing? But I feel like it was just a way to delicately walk a line and straddle a fence. Also, if someone that you're close with could be dealt, you don't want to be like, yeah, I think we should deal one of our starters and bring in a bat because I'm not playing well. Like, what are you supposed to say when you're a player? I think it's much more tense when your own manager is the GM's father, and then you start talking about how your GM should be making deals. That's a little spicier.
It's spicy, but happens every year. And I think it's healthy. I think it's okay for players to speak out and hints at what is needed, and I think it's healthy for players to support the organization at the same time. Every situation is different.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have? I don't know that we have time for our last story here.
Hey, Bryce Harper hasn't won a championship. Didn't he win one?
He wasn't on the roster.
He left the Nationals the year before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did Tarek? Oh wait. Let's get back to that. We'll get back to a Tarek Skubal one later. Let's go around the diamond. The Mariners try for a series win over the Dodgers. Fingers crossed. Brian Wu on the mound. Pregame show starts at 6 p.m. First pitch is at 7:10 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and at the Seattle Sports app. That's Around the Diamond, brought to you by Klein Jewelers Edmonds. Hype Train coming your way next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Put in the work every day, you know.
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
Your neighbors at Three Tree Roofing love telling you no. No high-pressure sales pitches. No Band-Aid fixes that will fail come wintertime. No outrageous pricing from some corporate-owned roofing company with headquarters thousands of miles from here. Three Tree Roofing is local, family-owned, and their team will build you a worry-free plan for your roof replacement, completely free. Visit threetreeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and call today to say yes to an additional $500 discount. That's Three Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event going on right now through Sunday, August 2nd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves a risk of loss.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Seattle Sports is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the Seattle Sports app or go to seattlesports.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at seattlesports.com/win.
That's seattlesports.com/win.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
After years of football and the injuries that go with it, my first thought was always go get surgery. Hey, it's Dave Wyman, but after a consultation with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, my eyes were open to an alternative to surgery, and I'm talking about stem cell therapy. Well, and my buddy and co-host Bob Stelton, also in pain, and decided to go see Dr. Wagner.
I had a hip issue from 14 years of jiu-jitsu.
How's the pain now?
Everything I did before, I can do just as well. Hitting the heavy bag, sparring, rolling, all of that is back in play. This whole thing has been such a pleasant surprise because I really was of the mindset, I'm going to have to go under the knife. I'm going to have to get surgery. And this really saved me from that. I could not be happier with the results.
Whether it's a hip like Bob had, a shoulder, a knee, a wrist, an ankle, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine.
Do it. You will not regret it.
Hey, get the facts, hear from all the patients I've talked to, and schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Be all in on summer with service from Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Heading out on a road trip? Make sure your Toyota is ready to go during the Toyota Tires Savings Event. Save $100 on 4 eligible tires. And with an open service drive and no appointment necessary, getting expert Toyota service has never been easier. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. And make sure to check out their service specials page. Offers valid through July 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
O'Brien.
Ichiro is back, and he's trading base hits for long balls. 50 season celebration weekend kicks off with the all-new Alumni Home Run Derby presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. On Friday, August 7th, after the team takes on the Rays, see Ichiro step up to the plate against other former Mariners sluggers. Seats are going fast. Get yours at mariners.com/tickets.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, practice wrapping up here shortly for the Seahawks, so we're going to see if we can grab a player off of defense coming up next. Right now, let's head to the station for Hype Train. All right, the Mariners, for the last 6 consecutive games, have given up a run in the first inning. Did you know that? It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it is.
Now, they haven't lost all of those games, but they have given up a run in the first inning of their last 6 consecutive games. So this is your first Hype Train. The Mariners do not give up a run in the first inning tonight.
Nah, they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Freddie's going to go yard, actually.
Okay. Oh, thanks.
Freddie's going to go yard, but they're going to be scrappy, and they're going to fire back and still win this ball game 5-4.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you still believe yes, they're going to give up a run. You're boarding the Hype Train, but they're also going to win this game. Okay.
Yep.
Curtis, your Hype Train, or same one. Mariners do not give up a run in the first inning tonight. Bump is not boarding, but he does think they win. Are you boarding?
Man, it feels like it was forever ago the last time they went through a first inning clean. It was the finale of the homestand against the Reds, if I'm not mistaken. Gosh, that's an insane streak. Brian Wu, who has struggled really badly on the road this year.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, it ends tonight. We're boarding this train.
All right. We're going to get back to Hype Train in our next segment, joined now by Dante Fowler Jr. Practice just wrapped. Happy to have you here. Hey, I've been kind of curious. You, I'm assuming, heard from Demarcus Lawrence ahead of joining this team. What was his pitch for you?
Basically, if you want to be a part of something special, you should come here. Just a great defense, a great environment, a great team, just overall. It's just like, want to be a part of something special, come here. I watched him last year, of course, being with him for a couple years in Dallas.
Yeah.
And, he's a legend, a Cowboy legend. And when he left, we were all watching him just because we love him so much. And we were just curious to see how he was going to do. Yeah, exactly, rooting for him. And it's like he found the fountain of youth. It was like the D-Law we all know. So it was like, man, we were just so happy for him. We could tell he was in a good place. He looked good. He was on a great team. And, of course, he won a Super Bowl. So he called it, too, which is crazy. So, just those things kind of took place. Just watching this defense last year, when I was with the Cowboys, we watched other defenses and seeing them on film and watching the games and stuff. So when Coach A-Dub gave me a call and told me to come out here and visit, I jumped right on the plane and got here and just was able to meet the strength staff, the whole staff, medical staff, the coaching staff, CP, Coach Hans, like those guys. We were just sitting there chilling. I was like, I think this is the place for me.
Connection right away.
Yeah.
You've had a couple stops before you got here. I know it's early, but what stands out to you so far about Seattle, the organization and just the area?
Just the culture, the standard. I like what the standard is. The standard is the standard. You see why they won the Super Bowl and things like that. And, I'm a football guy. I've always been playing football at a very young age. My dad's a football coach. And if my dad would love that I'm on this type of team. So all that type of stuff went into it. But definitely grateful, and it's an honor to be out here for sure.
Why do you think you would love it? Just kind of like hard worker who would respect
my dad
hard
was
work?
in the Navy, so he's like
there you go.
Military type of guy, and this is the type of feel like, when it's time to work, you go out there and work in the classroom, on and off the field. So I like the way people carry themselves here as men and as professionals.
We spoke to D-Law the other day, and he said it's the first defense he played in to where you get the call, but it can turn into like 3 or 4 different things. Are you seeing and feeling the same thing?
Yeah, I feel definitely see and feel it. Definitely got to dive in the playbook, but it's good because it levels up your IQ of the game and helps you understand the game way more and makes things slower, faster, and easier. So it's a lot of work, but all you got to do is just X's and O's. At the end of the day, you just got to sit down and put in the work and want to learn it. And if you do that, you'll be fine.
What was obvious about Mike Macdonald early?
Just the type of coach he is. I've been part of some good coaches like Tom Coughlin and Dan Quinn and Sean McVay and guys like that. So it's he's an easygoing guy, but when he's on the football field,
he seems intimidating.
Yeah, it's time to work. You know what I mean? But he's a funny guy. We relate a little bit, socially awkward dudes, but funny, like to have a good time, generous people, but you know how to flip that switch when it's time to work and stuff like that. So I like that. I like how he he has command and control over his team, and he's a young coach, and that's really cool to see. Just a young coach that got his team in order like that, and it's a work environment, a hard working environment, but at the end of the day, it's still fun at the end of the day. So that's pretty cool too.
He seems authentic. He's not trying to be someone else.
Yeah, he's him.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think we naturally make assumptions of what we think people are and how we think they are, right?
Yeah.
And I think people have done that with Sam his whole career. So what did you think of Sam before you got here, and what do you think of him now that you've been around him?
Dude, I've always been a fan of Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of him when he was at USC. I was like, dude can sling the ball. He could throw the ball, and it was, crazy. Of course, he got drafted to the Jets and a big media space and not a good team. So, that was, we all been a part of that, kind of the same thing. When I was with the Jags, it didn't work out with the Jags, but I flourished when I got traded to the Rams. And same thing for Sam. He flourished when he got traded to the Vikings. Things started making sense. People started seeing how really good of a quarterback he is when he has a good team around him and weapons around him. And he came here and did the same thing and won a Super Bowl. So, hats off to Sam for sure.
Do you ever care as a player if you're doubted? Is that something that matters to you at all? Or?
I mean, of course, if anybody, that's just, naturally
regardless
human.
of being a player. If someone
anybody,
thinks you can't do it.
Anybody doubts, she'll be like, damn, something you think I can't do this? And of course, you'll be like, damn, can I do that? But if you're confident in yourself and you put the work in and you studied and stuff like that, none of that matters at the end of the day. So
yeah, I was just thinking because it's interesting. You're coming to a team that just won a Super Bowl, but the expectation is almost that you guys won't. So it's kind of nice to have the best of both worlds where you're coming to a team where you're like, you talked about valuing that like hard work kind of Navy mentality and that really resonating with you. But then also there's still plenty of doubt, which if I wonder that if I was a player, so I'm curious to know for you, you're like, great. I kind of like it. It's rare that you get both.
Yeah, it's rare that you get both. But like you said, if you doubt, you're going to see at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, the ball got to be spotted and the whistle got to be blown and people got to get in front of us. So we out here working, and I feel like the way that we're working and stuff like that, like people can have doubt, but we don't have no doubt whatsoever. So we're just sticking to the mission, to the formula, to the process, and keeping everything the main thing and taking it one step and one day at a time.
For the people who haven't watched you on film, what do you think is the best part of your game?
I'm a splashy player, explosive player. I get to the quarterback in a quickly time fashion. I'm an enthusiastic player. I like to get the crowd pumped up, things like that. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Dante Fowler Jr., a speedy edge rusher coming off the edge, a hard-nosed physical player that likes to put his body on the line and stuff like that. And that's going to do whatever it takes for my team and my defense to get off the field and get a win.
Love it.
How do you think of the environment out here? I mean, you guys had the Blue Angels flying overhead.
Yeah, this is
a bald
insane.
eagle was flying over at the same time. Did you see that?
I have bald eagles in my backyard, and I was literally yesterday mesmerized at least. I saw 2 bald eagles fighting over a fish yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. Still to this day, that would never get old. I don't care how long you've been out here seeing a bald eagle. That would never get old.
There is something crazy about them because I've seen them obviously my whole life, but when you see them up close, you're just like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they were fighting right in front of my face, and I was just like, my jaw was dropped the whole time, and people were like on canoes looking. And I was like, bro, these are really bald eagles.
Like
I'm
right
from Florida.
now.
Yeah, I'm from Florida, so we don't see none of that type of stuff. Like
y'all got other stuff
trees.
Like gators and iguanas.
We got gators, iguanas.
First time I seen iguana, I was in Florida. The thing was this big. I'm like, I didn't know they came
I've
that
never
big.
seen that. See, I was thinking of like I saw a lizard one time in Arizona.
We got to worry about sharks and gators. We got dolphins, but
what's the craziest thing you've seen in real life? Like animal where you were like, not for me.
I would say
those bald eagles fighting over a fish is
I'm
pretty
not gonna
cool.
lie, like bald eagles, that was crazy. But being from Florida, I seen a rattlesnake before. That was pretty. I'll never forget that. I seen a rattlesnake outside my sister's apartment. That I was like maybe 10 years old, but I will always remember that.
Still, I was gonna say if you were 10 when you saw it, you're still here at training camp going, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this rattlesnake. And I'm still thinking about it to this day.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate your time. We haven't had a chance to talk to you and get to know you, so we appreciate it so much. Hype Train coming your way next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob, 2 to 7.
Seahawks out here, Hard Knocks, film crew is out here. You kind of have to look for them. They did take up the whole gravel parking lot out there with all their trailers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, but I think Mike Macdonald, this is right up his alley, right? Like how to ignore it and don't worry about all of that stuff. He's all about that. It's going to be interesting to watch what footage they use, and they're out there recording everything. They got it dialed in. They've done this before.
On Seattle Sports. Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
The way you met, the moment you knew, the future you're dreaming about together. At Klein Jewelers, we believe your engagement ring should be just as unique as the journey that brought you here. That's why we specialize in custom designed engagement rings, crafted to reflect your style, your story, and the life you're building together. Our experienced team will guide you every step of the way, because when you're creating a symbol of forever, every detail matters. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Your jeweler for life.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends this Friday. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Need a lift? Levitt Machinery is now your authorized JCB dealer in Washington and Oregon. From telehandlers to track and wheel loaders to excavators. JCB equipment is built to work as hard as you do. Whether you buy, rent, or lease, Levitt Machinery is here to support you. with expert service and local parts in stock. LevittMachinery.com. Talk to Levitt Machinery today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
Every summer, homeowners wait too long to find a house painter. All Covered Painting is accepting a limited number of exterior projects this season. Ask about a designer-led complimentary color consultation. Get your free estimate at allcoveredpainting.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures. They know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends over there at People Come First Construction Group. You know I love my acronyms, PCF. They designed and built our outdoor living space for Molly and I, and we just loved it. And right now, PCF is making it easier than ever to get started on your new dream deck with 50% off your custom professional design and architectural drawing package. That means you can save over $9,000 on your project. And with 12 months of no interest, no payment financing, you can design your deck now and pay later. You know, most people who start with a design package end up with the exact outdoor space they've always wanted and dreamed of. This offer is your first step. Do what we did and contact PCF Construction Group today. Get your project ideas, browse amazing photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners with a chance to take a series win over the Dodgers today. Brian Wu getting the start instead of Bryce Miller, who will hold off his start until a series against the Twins this weekend. That means Wu will need to shake off his road struggles against a tough Dodgers lineup. Can he do it? And can the Mariners offense wake up after managing just one hit against starter Eric Lauer last night? First pitch coming your way at 7:10 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. We are live from Virginia Mason Athletic Center. Practice is wrapped for the Seattle Seahawks. We are taking in the sights and sounds. Cooper Kupp playing soccer with his family. Tommy, his family, hit my family. Tommy, Mike Macdonald's dog, here with the family as well. Lukey not here. My dog not allowed to be here, but I guess
salty.
the head coach of the Super Bowl winning team can have his dog at practice. Mike Macdonald speaking with reporters now, not just in front of the team cameras, but in front of Hard Knocks cameras. Oh, he's walking away.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you
Where's
doing?
Mike going?
Mike is actually right here.
Hey, Mike, where are you going? Hey.
A second Mike Macdonald show?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh my God! There's a second Mike Macdonald. Well, he was over there talking to cameras 2 minutes ago, but he's walking back now. So, I guess that ruins it for me.
Stacy with the live updates.
Is it a body double? You think?
Okay, they are live updates. They were. I looked over during the commercial break. He was talking to cameras. I made a mental note. I didn't see him right in front of me, but to be fair, he's wearing a navy shirt, and a lot of people are wearing navy today.
Yeah, it's part of the Seahawks colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we
It's
doing?
distracting here. There's Blue Angels flying overhead. I was trying to set the scene. I don't know what else to say about the scene. The Hard Knocks crew is here, standing around, not filming me, but filming whoever is speaking with reporters. Of course, you got Jalen Milroe, Cody White. No, I'm just saying player names. Let's get to Hype Train. Talking about who's right in front of me right now. All right, I started by saying the Mariners will not give up a first inning run like they have in each of their last 6 games. Bump, you did not board. Curtis, I can't remember if you were buying it or not. This is the second
I was
half.
boarding, yeah.
Thank you. This is the second half of this one. The Mariners get a series win against the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah. It's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down.
I love that confidence that you
You
have.
snuck one that first game. You fell asleep. The second game, now it's going down tonight.
What gives you faith? Just vibes, or is there something?
I just really hope they win because they're not, third in the division. The worst division of baseball. They're third. So probably need to win some games.
So you're going based on hope.
Yes.
Hope and prayer.
That's
okay.
it.
Okay,
it's
that's
not
fair.
off of roster.
That's fair.
for
It's
sure.
not off of anything you saw last night.
No.
You know what? That's fine. I'll accept that. The Mariners get a series win against the Dodgers. Bump is boarding based on hope and prayer and the need for a series win. Curtis, are you boarding?
That's sometimes all you need is a hope and
I
a
think
prayer.
so.
Don't give us some hope. Because you can run with that.
Yeah. Look out. If we get some of that, watch out for this team.
I remember Larry Stone was tracking how many series this year the Mariners have won the opener and then ended up losing the series. I think it's up to like 8 or 9 this year.
Oh, no, Curtis,
But it's not
don't you
getting
dare.
to 10.
There you go.
It's not getting to 10. We're boarding this train. I don't know what's going to happen tonight to keep it from getting to double digits, but the Mariners do get a series win tonight. I'm going to say Mr. Weston Wilson goes yard. That's pretty wild.
Okay.
That's pretty wild.
Wow.
I know.
Okay. You might have gotten on a roll there. Now it's going to be tough against Roki Sasaki. If there was an opportunity to get a win, it was hypothetically going to be last night against Lauer. So good luck. However, I'm also boarding this train. I think they get it done tonight. I was actually encouraged by what I saw last night. I saw some. I am. Look, it was pathetic at the same time. Listen, at the same time, as much as sometimes it sounds like Dan Wilson says absolutely nothing, you pointed this out. He made some sense last night when he said, look, we weren't barreling the ball, but like we got some hard hits. We were making contact. We were doing the right things. It just clearly wasn't enough. Now, I wish Dan would offer more insight all the time, but I do think he's right. That's how I felt about this game, where I was like, man, there were some hard hit balls. There's some, flyouts to the warning track. There's some near misses. It's not like they were swinging and missing at everything. I actually thought up until I'll say this. Only upon looking down at my own scorebook did I realize, like, oh, they only have 1 hit right now. It was obviously not until like the 8th that they added another, but it felt like they could be more productive. Cole Young's been on base 5 times.
You watched that game
games.
and it took you that long to realize they only had 1 hit?
No, I'm exaggerating. But what I'm saying is I was encouraged by some of what I saw from Cole Young, by some of what I saw from Cal Raleigh, by Canzone getting another hit, a double. Cal Raleigh home run.
Sounds
I think
good,
they do it.
Stace. Sounds
Calling
good.
it now.
Sounds good.
Calling it now. Next up. You guys just don't believe me. Emerson Hancock pitched his last game in a Mariners uniform.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. Him and Skubal, too. Skubal's done with the Tigers as well. Same thing, same player.
You think they're getting traded one for one?
Yeah, one for one spot. Dang.
Hey, that's a text line trade right there.
Yeah.
Look, I'll give you Emerson Hancock.
A text line trade is Luis Castillo, and then I'll throw in, your number 12 overall prospect. Curtis, Emerson Hancock pitched his last game in a Mariners uniform.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to board this train. I think his value has not been higher than what it is right now, and unfortunately, people just aren't biting on Luis Castillo as a trade option, so that leaves you really with no choice other than George Kirby, but I don't think the Mariners want to give him up. Hancock, unfortunately, he's such a nice guy, by the way. Always been very accommodating. It's going to stink to potentially lose that, but I think this is last night was his last game in a Mariners uniform. I think he gets traded in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I'm bored in this one too. I think all of us are unfortunate. That's a sad all aboard because Emerson has been really special for them, and in theory, you'd want to hang on to all of your starting pitching because that's the only thing that's been working for you, but it's also the only way they get any kind of return. Next up, Leonard Williams will lead the Seahawks in sacks this year.
That'd be great. It'd be good for him, too, if he doesn't get a contract done this year. Then he can add some more M's to his contract once he's going. But, yeah, he's going to do it. He's our guy. He's going to have about 11 of them things. And
11?
And Byron's going to have 8.
Wow. I don't think anyone had more than 7 last year.
Yeah, it's New Year, 2026. Who this?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Williams will lead the Seahawks in sacks this year. Bump is boarding. He says he's going to have 11 of them things. Curtis.
He led the team last year with 7. Tied with Uchenna Nwosu. Tied with Byron Murphy. Yeah.
3 guys had 7. A couple guys had 6.
Marcus Lawrence was 6.
Yeah.
But I think the guy who we just spoke to is going to lead the team in sacks this year. Okay. I think Dante Fowler, who
10.5 and 24.
He's had some pretty eye-popping sack totals over the course of his career. I think he gets double digits this year. So I will not board this train. I think Dante Fowler, powered by Eagles, because he was so mesmerized by them. I think that's going to spur him on to having a great season.
I actually think that Dante did a little bit of foreshadowing for us when he talked about those 2 majestic bald eagles, just warriors fighting over that fish. That's going to be him and Big Cat fighting over the sack leader position on this team. That's going to be their 2 bald eagles fighting over a fish. Who's going to get it in the end? I don't know, but they're both going to get double digits.
Right.
And yeah, I'll board this one. I'll say it's Leonard Williams getting it. Next up, back to the Mariners. Michael Arroyo, according to Adam Jude, could be joining this team this summer. Now, we don't know exactly where he'd be defensively. We also don't know that he's with the club. What we do know is that he was reportedly giving out some hugs in the dugout yesterday in Tacoma.
Really?
Not in the lineup. Now,
maybe he's just a friendly guy.
Maybe he's a friendly guy. Maybe he's just...
He's a hugger.
Maybe he's a hugger. Or maybe he's joining Seattle. I don't know. Maybe we're waiting to see some news updates. I don't know. Michael Arroyo is a Mariner tonight, and this is a 2-part hype train, past August 3rd.
Yeah, I'm on this hype train. Let's get it. Arroyo, welcome to the bigs, kid. You're going to do great things, and you're going to help push this team to the playoffs.
Really? I know I just tried to make the case that the Mariners would win tonight. Someone said, Stacy, this is so pathetic. And I get that. And I was reaching for straws. I was grasping. But gonna help them reach the playoffs?
The last week, I've been on them pretty tough. So now I've disciplined my children. Now you have to love them up.
Okay.
Take them out to dinner.
Okay, sure.
And you can have soda.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have soda, kids.
Love that. That's the approach I think the Army takes with people. Not giving them soda, but you tear them down. Build them back up. Sounds like torture. Michael Arroyo is a Mariner tonight and passed to the trade deadline on August 3rd. Curtis.
We're boarding this train. I think because the Mariners just love their prospects so much more than any other team that they just simply refuse to trade anybody that's a top 10 prospect. So that's great news for Michael Arroyo. unpack your bags, get comfortable. You're here for the remainder of the season, Michael.
I am also boarding this train. All aboard this one. I think that if maybe both he and Laz play the exact same position, or we're both righties, like maybe you feel like you've got too much. But I think the fact that he's a right-handed bat who can play both at second or in the outfield, and the fact that your left fielder right now is either going to leave at the trade deadline, which I don't think will happen, or going to depart in free agency, you could use a left fielder, especially a righty bat who plays in the left field. Yeah, I think he's part of future plans and isn't going anywhere. Next up, rushing water is safer than still water. You said earlier when we were talking about being stranded in the wilderness not to drink out of still water, and people were saying you were wrong.
And they are ridiculous. Go ahead and drink that still water if you want to. If you want to survive, you drink from water that's moving. Is it 100% you're not going to die? No. But you have a better chance of surviving drinking water that's moving rather than that still water.
And my pushback was only that I would try drinking out of a giant lake before a tiny stream.
No.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Well, it's not my turn yet. You'll find out. Okay. Rushing water is safer than still water. Bump is not only boarding this train, it's a riverboat, and he's saying join me on it. Curtis, are you hopping on?
I mean, I'd rather have just filtered water.
You don't get to choose.
If we don't have a choice,
we're in the wilderness.
Rushing water or flowing water, yes, I believe it's safer than still water. But according to Wikipedia, you still got to be mindful of upstream pollution. You don't know what's going on upstream. That could trickle down.
Trickle down economics.
Trickle down water.
All right, go ahead. Stacey, go ahead and drink your lake water.
No, Curtis is finishing.
Also, untreated, fast-moving water can still carry dangerous parasites like Giardia. I don't want that.
You don't want that.
I don't want any Taylor Farms Giardia over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the lettuce disease.
But if you're picking between the two, flowing water is better, I would say, just by the slimmest of margins.
Slim?
Yeah.
You wildin', son.
What?
I don't think it's
Slim?
noticeably more safe.
On Survivor, they make them boil their water before drinking it.
Of course, boil it if you can.
Animals drink out of lakes.
They also have different.
Yeah, they have a different
things
genetic
helping
makeup.
them.
Not Lukey.
Not Lukey.
Not Lukey.
Yeah, Lukey's drinking Evian these days.
I'm boarding this train, but of my own accord because I decided I wanted to. It's not
Just
influenced.
ignoring science.
It's not any influenced by anything Bump said. It's just something that me in my gut I just feel is probably right. Is that rushing water? I just decided now. Rushing water is probably safer than still water. And look, I love a lake. I love swimming. Lakes are dirty.
They are dirty.
They are
disgusting.
Lakes are pretty dirty. But would you rather drink out of? Now, Curtis, I sound like you, but is Lake Union freshwater?
That's a great question.
It is.
No, I know, and people made fun of you for a long time. Okay, so let's say it is. Would you rather drink out of like Lake Union, Lake Washington, or a tiny little stream in a forest where you're not entirely sure? Like, did a
stream in the forest?
Did a moose
stream in the forest
die? And
stream in the forest. 100% every time. Stream in the forest.
No, I think you're right. I just don't. Someone said Stacy would die immediately in the woods.
Yes, that's true.
On my walk back to my car from VMAC, where you walk down a cement pathway that I count as a wilderness hike trail, there are days I go, I don't know if I'm going to make it back. I don't know if I'm going to make it from here.
One of those eagles will swoop down and pick you up.
God, I wish. We're kicking off the 2026 Seahawks season with the preseason home opener on August 15th, and we want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch in person. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app to find out how. If you don't already have the app, simply text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, August 3rd. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrites.
Must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Mariners' bats went quietly in their 4-2 loss to the Dodgers. What's the real headline?
It's if a hydrogen bomb versus baby was a baseball game is what happened last night. 11 hits for the Dodgers. Basically one off the starter for Seattle. I think they ended with 5, but it didn't feel like much of anything.
No, that was the game I expected, game 1. So you got by 1 in the first game. Second game, back to reality. Third game is a toss-up. I just need Woo to lock it in, baby. I know you don't play well on the road, but it all changes today. You're in Hollywood. Put on a show and bring this thing home.
Wow, those Woo's road. There we go. Woo's road home splits are the weirdest things because we're far enough into the season and they've been so bad that there really is a difference on the road. But I don't know why, because they didn't exist that way last year. And like you can say like, oh, T-Mobile, he just benefits from it. But it's like these are striking numbers. They're 2 different pitchers.
Yeah, it's weird. And that's not his profile. I mean, last couple of years, he's just been solid. So this is where it all changes for him. Let's go, Woo.
Well, it's like if they were picking apart your fastball on the road, like then why isn't it happening at home? It's against the same teams too. It's just weird. Curtis, what do you think is happening?
If I knew, I'd be Pete Woodworth. I think Woo's stuff might just play better at home, and the fly balls that he gives up at T-Mobile Park tend to probably travel a little bit further on the road. So I think he's just kind of running into some classic pitching perils of wearing a Mariners uniform. What's crazy, though, what's inexplicable is how good he was on the road last year compared to this year. He didn't have any sort of these troubles. I contend that the Mariners should have Logan Gilbert make Brian Woo's road starts the rest of the way, and Brian Woo make Logan Gilbert's home starts the rest of the way. A reverse piggyback, as it were.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2. Michael Arroyo was noticeably absent from the Rainiers lineup on Wednesday, just a day after Adam Jude of the Seattle Times reported the Mariners have had internal discussions about promoting him. What's the real headline?
No pressure, kid, but it's entirely up to you to fix the Mariners' offense.
Go get him.
You can do it.
That's when you give him a pat on the shoulder. Say, go get him, kid.
I believe in you.
Hey, this is I'm excited for him because obviously we've heard great things about the young man, and this team could use any jolt of energy that anyone can bring. So switch it up. Welcome. Save the team.
A question Bump asked earlier that I think is fair, which is where does he play? Like, where's his defensive spot? Because naturally, it would be at second base. You're not moving Cole Young, who's been phenomenal there. He has played in the outfield in Tacoma in left, but you have Randy Arozarena there already, and I don't think the team is dealing him. I know we've talked about it as a hypothetical, but where do you play him?
Where do you put him?
I don't know. Curtis, do you know? That's a real question I have.
Yeah.
Maybe DH. Maybe you give Randy some time off, have him DH, put Arroyo out in left field. Arroyo isn't particularly a great fielder, so I don't know if putting him in the field is the best plan of action for the Mariners, but that bat is getting to a point where, yeah, it's hard to ignore. You probably do need to bring him up in order to fortify this lineup a little bit.
Next up.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, NFL reporter Aaron Wilson says free agent pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney has interest from the Browns, Seahawks, and Texans. What's the real headline?
Just when you thought you were safe from another Clowney watch. It's like
Clowney,
4.0 at this point. It's not even
Clowney
round
keeps
2.
a job. He stays with a job.
Let me tell you what, he stays in the news too.
And he skips out on training camp every year.
I love that
Hates
approach.
training camp.
He's doing it right, man. He's doing it right. No training camp. I'll show up week 1 and get it done. Look, if the Hawks are taking a good look at Clowney, I trust it. Mike Macdonald found a way to get a lot out of Clowney when he was with Baltimore, and sometimes it just takes the right coach, the right system, the right environment, and maybe that's here in Seattle.
Where could you see, what position group could you see this team adding a bit of competition to as camp goes on? Barring injury, right? Like, obviously, if someone gets hurt, they're going to add some moves there. But, like, right now, how you see the group, where would you like to see more competition?
I think corner could use a body. I think maybe LB, interior linebacker, could use a body as well. I'd look at those two.
Yeah. I guess I think the pass rush is pretty good, but I think you just probably always want a healthy rotation and just to explore every avenue there. Right now, though, you're right. You said this earlier. The defensive line is like set. That's where the strength of your defense is going to be. They were so amazing there last year, but I'm just always curious about what you continue to add there.
Yeah.
So we will see whether or not Jadeveon Clowney ends up reuniting with Mike Macdonald. All right, still to come. We're going to get back to the Mariners at 1 with Mariners analyst Rowland-Smith. Before we do that, though, we're taking a look around the NFL next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man?
Put in the work every day, you know.
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
No hot water at 6 a.m. is no way to start your week. The Fast Water Heater Company has been the one to call in Seattle since 1986. And now, as part of Fast Home Services, they're making it even easier. Dave Wyman here. Get $200 off a new tank water heater or $400 off a tankless installation. Call 1-800-THINK-FAST to book your free in-home estimate or visit fasthomeservices.com for a virtual quote in seconds for water heaters, plumbing, HVAC, and electrical services.
Holy smokes, I can see. Hey, everybody, it's Rick Riz, and I just had refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision, and it's amazing. K2 Vision RLE means no more readers or glasses for me. Plus, I'll never get a cataract. Now, when I call a game, you won't see those readers dangling from the end of my nose to see the field and then my notes. I only wish I had done it sooner. It's like seeing a whole new ball game. K2 Vision RLE was quick and painless, over in just minutes, and I knew I was in great hands. The K2 Vision RLE team has done over 150,000 lens procedures. You can trust their stuff. K2 Vision RLE is my permanent solution to a lifetime of great vision. It could be yours too. Enjoy life's good years without readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Get your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Then you can make the same call I did. Goodbye, glasses. K2VisionRLE.com.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With experience beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible port and no cash access and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks and a member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
How sweet it is! 50 seasons of moments. 50 seasons of legends. A once-in-a-lifetime event. Join Mariners past and present at T-Mobile Park August 7th through 9th for 50 Season Celebration Weekend. The festivities begin Friday with a post-game slugfest, the Alumni Home Run Derby featuring Ichiro and other former Mariners sluggers, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Saturday will be a showstopper. 50 Season Celebration Night presented by Daktronics. Arrive early to witness the biggest gathering of franchise icons ever assembled as the 50 greatest Mariners from across all 5 decades are revealed. It just continues.
The weekend wraps up on Sunday with a collectible 50 Seasons pin giveaway thanks to KeyBank. Seats are going fast. Get yours at mariners.com/tickets.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Kicking off NFL headlines with some sad news for former Seahawk running back Ahman Green. He announced he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in the past year, just 49 years old. He's still the Packers' all-time leading rusher. He spent the first 2 years of his career with the Seahawks in 98 and 99.
That's unfortunate. Ahman Green, man, he's one of those backs that get forgotten. He was filthy when he was over there with Green Bay. I love his running style, very smooth type of runner. That's unfortunate, man.
Why do you think some guys do kind of get, like, where you look at their numbers and you're like, oh my God, like this guy was absolutely incredible?
Because you're always going to get at least 5 to 6 running backs a year that are going to, well, let me say, every 4 years, you're going to have like a group of running backs because the shelf life ain't very long for a running back. So they get recycled so quickly that sometimes you just forget about guys. But if you've been watching ball for real, Green was a dog.
An incredibly underrated player. Obviously, heartbreaking news about his diagnosis. Just 49. Absolutely insane. No delicate way to transition to our next football story, which is about Puka Nacua. He spoke to the media for the first time at Rams camp. He said he's had a lot of important talks with family about getting back on track off the field. Cut 15. Here is what Puka had to say.
I feel very confident about that. I think continuing some of the things that I was able to establish into my routine, trusting and in closing, I think my circle of trust and allowing the people that I feel like have the inside parts of my life to continue to communicate and trust the people I think who are around me. And I owe a great thank you to my support system, but especially like my family through this time. There have been things that obviously have happened this offseason that haven't been the truest reflection of the person I feel like I am and how my mother raised me. And there's definitely been conversations with her to apologize, but also for her to say that she supports me. And also my brothers are I think my biggest critics as well. So I'm like there were some intense conversations, but loving conversations in order to see improvement.
From the Los Angeles Times, they detailed a lot of the things that Puka Nacua had been dealing with, from social media distractions ahead of Thursday Night Football to the biting thing to even like a random tweet. Remember when he said Sam Darnold with the laughing, crying face? They said it feels like the theme of his offseason has been trying to just take accountability for either stuff that he does to himself, stuff that he does that's a distraction for the team, that's been the clear theme for him.
I mean, he sounds like his mind is clear, like he has a plan, and that he's dealt with some stuff. So that's good, man. I wish nothing but the best for Puka Nacua, man. I think he's a heck of a ball player, and hopefully he's righting some wrongs.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, an incredible player, but I think a some question marks there still when it comes to accountability, fittingly, and behavior. Next up, Baker Mayfield is airing out his frustrations with the Buccaneers not meeting his deadline for that new deal. Cut 16, he says he felt disappointed and disrespected.
Disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after, thinking you've earned it. This is not a poor me thing. There's a lot of other people that have it way worse off, but I can sit here and look at other quarterbacks and peers and evaluate myself based on that and put myself in certain categories that I deserve to be compensated for that. And I think I'm a franchise quarterback. I've been told I'm a franchise quarterback. It's been said publicly from ownership down here. And so to not have a deal done is very disappointing. But I said the deadline was a deadline, and I addressed the team to let them know I meant that.
A little bit more, there's not audio of it, but Baker Mayfield added, if you've waited this long to take care of your franchise quarterback, that's too bad because it's only going to get worse from here. I'm going to have a really big year. You either love that a quarterback or a player says this about himself, or it drives you crazy.
Oh, I love it. I think you got to have belief in yourself, especially if you feel disrespected. Tampa Bay might have messed up for real. I think he is highly motivated. I think he is a top 10, 11 quarterback in the league right now. And, it just can't become a distraction, but I don't think Baker's going to let that happen.
From Jeremy Fowler, who spoke with Mayfield, when asked about being among the top 10 or in the $50 million per year club, Mayfield said he felt he needed to be put in that category, and the Bucs were pretty far from it. He said he never set to reset the market and was realistic and never intended to hold out. I do wonder what that number was, only because it's going to be one that would have been mirrored by whatever Sam Darnold's agents want. Not necessarily this offseason. Sam seems very locked in. I think this is a conversation for next offseason for Seattle. But those two careers and those two players are so often compared to each other that it would have been curious to see, well, what does that look like for Baker Mayfield? I, too, think that he wasn't looking to, I need to be the highest paid quarterback. But was he getting 35 or something like that a year?
I'm looking it up right now. He's getting 33.
Yeah.
33 a year.
That's not, look, we could all love $33 million, but for a quarterback whose team has back-to-back seasons won the NFC South?
No, he's a 40 to 45 $1 million type of quarterback.
Yeah.
For sure.
Next up, I actually have a response to Todd Bowles from this. There's a separate story happening. Obviously, Vita Vea asking for a trade, and obviously the Baker Mayfield situation. Cut 17, head coach Todd Bowles.
Well, there's players every year. You're going to have them. These happen to be two of our biggest players. We haven't had two of our biggest in a while, but we've had players every year. It just haven't been of that magnitude, but it's always about football. There's always going to be distractions, just like there are in game day. There are going to be sudden changes. There are going to be sudden changes on the field, but we have a very professional and mature group with a lot of leadership there, starting with Baker. So he makes sure that's separate, and he makes sure the teams know that's separate. And like I said, we're not going to make this training camp about what he signed or what he didn't sign or being his contract year. We're just going to play ball.
I wonder where Vita Vea goes if they do deal him, and certainly Baker Mayfield going to play out this season but not sticking around. Do you think that the Bucs do you think the Bucs ruling a horrible NFC South has kind of come to an end?
Oh, man, I
didn't win it last year.
I think Atlanta's going to be better. I really do. I think it sounds like they're probably going to roll with Tua as well over there. I think the Panthers, I'm curious about the Panthers because Bryce Young looked pretty good at times last year. It's interesting. No, I don't. Mike Evans isn't there anymore. I got Atlanta winning the division this year.
You do?
Yeah. I got Atlanta.
It really is hard to tell. I think people are really high on Shuck, and so they're really intrigued by, or maybe more even, so they're really intrigued by what the Saints can do. I think that I keep thinking about the Panthers playing the Rams so tough last year twice. And I know part of that is during the regular season, not in their playoff game. Emmanuel Forbes, who was by far the biggest question in the secondary for the Rams, gave up some big plays. And so the Rams feel like they've addressed that, and that won't happen for them again should they have met that team. But this was not a flukish win where the Falcons beat the Rams, but I don't think the Falcons were a good team. This was a team that put up 30 on the Rams twice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, long season. I got Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta.
I don't know that the NFC South is going to be, good, but it might be fun. It might be intriguing. Speaking of, Michael Penix still hasn't been cleared from his ACL injury. Cut 18. He says it might be another month before he's allowed back on the field.
Right now, we just seeing where I'm at, and just trusting the process. It's more seeing how my body is feeling, with these practices. But I know I was told that like another 4 weeks, possibly going into that next stage. But at the same time, it could be earlier. It just depending on how my body is doing throughout this whole camp process.
It sounds like you're very much betting on a Tua Tagovailoa-led offense week 1.
Yeah, Tua's going to be the guy. I think he will be. He's healthy. He's ready to go. But I think that there's still going to be some type of competition. I think we'll see Michael Penix at some point during the season. I don't feel like Tua's going to go out there and light things up. We'll see 2 quarterbacks for the second year in a row in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. What's weird is I wonder, these are 2 quarterbacks that have dealt with injury concerns. I also think Tua is going to be the week 1 guy, but he's also been out of practice they just said something flared up. He'll be back. So he's not going on any kind of list. It's like, oh no, he'll be back at practice. But there were injury concerns about Tua too when they signed him as a free agent already at the start of training camp. Oh, he's not practicing because something flared up.
Yeah.
It's just some real tough luck quarterback-wise for the Atlanta Falcons, which is a bummer because they have so much great offensive talent. I know you just absolutely love Bijan Robinson, but
Drake London.
Kyle Pitts last year. Yeah, just crazy. Lastly, the prognosis isn't looking good for 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. NBC Sports Bay Area's Matt Mayoko says he's not expecting much from the third-year player.
He's had a tough start to his season, man. But, that's the NFL. It's not for long. It's no freaking loyalty, whatever you want to do. That's the NFL. But he'll get through it, man. I don't wish any ill on any player, man, but I would not mind not seeing him when the Hawks play.
Speaking of the Hawks, something Dante Fowler mentioned is still sticking with me. That's coming up next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob, 2 to 7.
Seahawks out here, Hard Knocks film crew is out here. You kind of have to look for them. They did take up the whole gravel parking lot out there with all their trailers. Oh, did they? Yeah, but I think Mike Macdonald, this is right up his alley, right? Like how to ignore it and don't worry about all of that stuff. He's all about that. It's going to be interesting to watch what footage they use, and they're out there recording everything. They got it dialed in. They've done this before.
On Seattle Sports. Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
We're all looking for ways to add extra income without adding extra hours. How about joining a credit union where your money earns money? Dave Wyman for Harborstone Credit Union. They have a money market special offering strong returns for your hard-earned money. Open yours at harborstone.com/moneymarket and start earning 3.75 annual percentage yield. The best part is you retain full access to your money the entire time. That's harborstone.com, insured by NCUA.
Every summer, homeowners wait too long to find a house painter. There are only a few months left of good weather. Don't be the one left out in the rain. All Covered Painting is accepting a limited number of exterior projects this summer. If you want a licensed contractor that does the work right and backs it up with an industry-leading warranty, don't wait. Now offering a complimentary color consultation with a designer for specific projects. Get your free estimate at allcoveredpainting.com.
The best safety feature on any machine is a well-trained operator. With online, hands-on, in-class, and blended options, Levitt Training helps your team stay safe, certified, and confident on the job. Book your training today. Stack it, reach it, lift it, Levitt.
My goal is what's best for the customer. I truly believe that I won't ever deviate from that.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends this Friday. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
Seattle Sports is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the Seattle Sports app or go to seattlesports.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at seattlesports.com/win.
That's seattlesports.com/win.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
All right, well, training camp is here. The team looks ready. They're in shape. It's clear the guys took the offseason seriously. And as they prepare to have all cylinders pumping on September 9th, can you make the changes in your life to be your best by that first game? Well, Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can certainly help. And by help, I mean give you a proven plan to lose 30 to 40 pounds by the start of the season. And naturally, no pills, no injections, no side effects. People across Western Washington have lost a ton of weight and become a healthy and happy version of themselves with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Personally, I dropped 35 pounds in 8 weeks. That could be you before the end of the summer. And all it takes to start is a free 15-minute phone consultation. Find out if it's right for you. Schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Schedule it for when you're in the car, commuting to work, or just running errands, because the only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Do what I did. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We're jumping back to the Mariners at 1 with Mariners analyst Ryan Rowland-Smith. So before we get to Ryan, I wanted to look back on our conversation with Dante Fowler. I was struck by how, A, excited Dante seemed to be here, and B, with him talking about kind of like the hard work mentality really resonating with him. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about that sound we had from Isaiah Stanback where he was like, when Dante Fowler is in a good environment and feeling it, he is a monster. And when he's not, he checks out. And like, look, I don't know that that's how Dante Fowler is, but that was my first impression of him because it was the first thing I heard about him. We hadn't talked to him yet. And so I was thinking about that during our interview. And I was like, I don't know, this guy seems like he's in an environment he thinks is a great environment.
He seems like he's in a good place.
In a good place.
Mentally. And I think, you know, you can get caught up in your environment, right? I don't know what it's like in Dallas. I only know what we see and what we hear. And it doesn't seem like it is a environment that's conducive of, like, helping guys get out of slumps and runts or whatnot. And maybe, you know, him being in a new region, a new environment, new coach, it does something to you, man. And it seems like a lot of players come here and feel that, and they feel rejuvenated. They feel like this is a place where they can be themselves, but still be held accountable. So the vibes were good from him. The text lines loved him. Someone texted in, he's giving D-Law vibes, which is good. D-Law's a great player, good person too. A switch up could be the best thing for his career.
Yeah. Let's go back to cut 23. I wanted to just talk about the environment that Mike Macdonald's curated here with the Seahawks. So we're going cut 23. Mike Macdonald on what he's learned from feedback from his leadership council of players.
They've been great. They've been awesome. They're not looking for like shortcuts. They're not looking for like favors. They're trying to be great, and so we have those discussions on like what are the things that we need to do, and they have a great pulse for the team. And a lot of times it's like, hey, we could do it like this or we could do it like that. What do you guys think? And those are a lot of the conversations.
Seems like there's a level of work ethic that's going to be encouraged with any good NFL team. You're not going to get to this level by winging it. You might be someone like a Josh Gordon, where you're so incredibly talented that you could regularly smoke weed and still be and put up 1,600 yards. But for the most part, everyone's had to work hard to get here. But who works harder than everyone else, right? When you get into the top 99 percentile, like who gets further? Like who outworks people after this? And it sounds like Mike Macdonald is curated. I mean, Dante described it as like a Navy type, like a very, not a Bill Belichick, no one gets to have fun, but a very like, we're here for business.
Yeah,
like this
focused.
is a focused, a hyper-focused environment.
Yeah, I think the best teams always have that in common too. I mean, whether you're a Patriot where it's all business, no play, whether you're here where it's business and you get to have some fun, end of the day, it comes down to the focus and the integrity of your work ethic of your team and your organization. Very common across the league if you tap into winning programs.
Well, and you get total buy-in from players. We had to let Dante go. But when he talked about how Mike Macdonald seemed authentic, I was thinking about what you said about how the not worst coaches, but the people you were around where you could tell like, this guy just doesn't have it, were guys that were trying to be someone else as coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be yourself. And you have to demand of yourself what you do from your team, right? I guarantee you Mike Macdonald ain't going to be out of here for a long time today. Well, actually, you know what? Mike Macdonald says if he's not home by 9 o'clock, he's doing something wrong. So he's being efficient with his time, but he's grinding, man. You got to lead by example. And every person that we've talked to, every player that we've spoken to, they all say the same thing. He's super smart, works hard, and he's himself. So it comes off as authentic.
A cut that I didn't get to earlier, unrelated to Dante Fowler, but I said that we would get back to it. It's about Witherspoon, Mike Macdonald. So this is cut 34. Mike Macdonald with Brock and Salk asked about whether Witherspoon will practice while they're still negotiating a new deal.
Yeah. Do we expect him full go, team portion, everything?
This is a potential box building question.
A box building?
Yeah, you're putting me in a box.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you get that from Pearson? Did he tell
I don't
you
know
about
where
box
you would think that I
building?
get that. Is he out? I mean, he should be out there right now.
All right.
You
I'm
involved?
gonna feel like an idiot if he's not out there. I just talked to him. He seemed like he was doing great.
All
so
right,
yeah.
I feel like having that buy-in from someone in the middle of a contract negotiation is also a sign of an environment where people are ready to sacrifice and people are ready to do what they need to do. Because it would not shock me at all. I would have no issue with Witherspoon not practicing, not doing anything. It would be understandable. But to be out there, at least doing individual work and doing all those things.
That shows trust. Spoon trusts that they're going to take care of him. But if I'm Spoon, I ain't doing nothing. I am doing nothing. I'm making sure I'm completely healthy. We talked about it yesterday because you just never know. You never know what could happen out there. But it shows a lot of trust and want to. Like, he wants to be out there with his teammates, with his boys, getting ready for a football season. So it's rare. It's rare, and I think the Hawks probably appreciate that.
Well, and, I mean, look, you think of the questions that you have in your defensive back room. A lot of great guys, but you don't have Rick Woolen anymore. I know Josh Jobe kind of earned that job, but you don't have Imanwari because he's healthy, and I know Spoon doesn't solve that as, like, your nickel corner, but, like, you and Julian are kind of leaders back there. Mm-hmm. And so they need you. I know you're in the middle of negotiating potentially a record-setting contract, but your team's trying to get back to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The expectation is different here, and I continue to be in awe of the buy-in that Mike Macdonald's been able to curate from this team and from these guys in such a short amount of time.
No, it's impressive. It's impressive. But now everything's validated. You've won a championship, so your methods have been proven to work. So I would assume there's even more buy-in to what's going on. And when you are a guy who just joins the team, you're going to buy in too, because they hoisted the trophy last year.
We're kicking off the 2026 Seahawks season with a preseason home opener on August 15th, and we want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch in person. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app to find out how. If you don't already have the app, text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, August 3rd. Mariners analyst Rowland-Smith joins us next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Putting in the work every day, you know.
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
When an emergency happens, be the first to know. Alert Seattle helps you stay safer and connected. This free service includes alerts about severe weather, safety, health, utility disruptions, major traffic accidents, and more. If you live or work in Seattle, Alert Seattle is the city's official emergency alert system. Sign up for text, email, or phone alerts during emergencies near your home, work, school, and more. Text Seattle to 67283. AlertSeattle.gov to learn more and sign up.
Do you need a new roof? Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and secure $500 off your project this summer. Our technicians build a custom plan to ensure a high-quality roof installation every time. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I played basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything. So 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. and your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good night's sleep.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners go for a series win over the Dodgers tonight. Brian Wu on the mound. First pitch at 7:10 p.m. right here on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Baker Mayfield will play without a new deal in Tampa Bay, but he's still willing to talk about the failed negotiations. In a new interview published today with ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Bucs starter said he felt, quote, disrespected by Tampa Bay's offer, specifically the lack of guaranteed money. He wasn't expecting to reset the market, but when you're told you're a franchise quarterback, you expect to be paid like one.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross. Here we go now.
Mariners analyst Rowland-Smith joining us now. Ryan, how's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
How'd practice go for the Derby?
Good. I've got some footage. I hit one out. I actually.
There you go.
I took one deep. I got robbed actually twice. We had the Fish Sticks, which is a summer ball team. Guys were hovering around at the fence, and the ball was just about to scrape that wall on the good side, and kid jumped up and grabbed it. I threw my hands up in the air like, come on, man, I need that. But the issue is, look, I've got enough extra velo. I'm like, I was in the 95s, 96s, 100 extra velo I hit, but it's just the launch, man. I just got to get that ball in the air, but I'm pretty sore afterwards. I'm not going to lie, but I'm getting there. If I hit one, I'm all good. I'll be very disappointed if I don't get one out. Put it that way.
There you go. We got to find the sweet spot there, the 30%.
Yes.
We'll find it.
I think, Ryan, you're starting to really understand how it's not a hitter-friendly park over there, huh?
That marine layer got you.
I think it's got anything to do with that, to be honest with you. No, the marine layer, just smothered me. I will say this, man, and it was crazy. I think Shannon was shaking her head in L.A. I was on the postgame last night. I've said this. I've said it twice now. I'm like, just after that one session, hitting balls, especially hitting them in the deep parts of T-Mobile, and how hard it is, the ball comes off your bat. You're like, oh, yeah. I just have a new, because I've been away from the game for a bit from a player's standpoint. I've got just that new, refreshed perspective on how tough it is to hit and how impressive Dom Canzone goes straight away center field, how impressive that is.
Well, maybe that's a good place to start then, because most of this team has been struggling to hit. Now, I will say they had a couple go to the warning track yesterday, and I know for the vast majority of people, understandably, they go, well, who cares? Like a hard hit ball doesn't matter when it wasn't a hit, or going to the warning track doesn't matter when it didn't leave. But there's still sometimes things that are there, and it's probably why Dan Wilson said afterwards, like, I felt like we had hard hits. We just didn't barrel it up. What have you seen from the Mariners offense in this series against the Dodgers specifically?
So just on that point, first of all, you're facing Eric Lara, who honestly is a tick below in regards to stuff from Wroblewski, who they had the first night. So I'm thinking, okay, you've just seen two lefties in a row. You got Dom Canzone starting to smash lefties. So some of the guys from like Randy, all right, I think this is a good matchup for him. And then all of a sudden you get him swinging at pitches that I'm like, man, what are we swinging at right now? Or there's foul balls where the timing's off all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden you get the back end of that really good Dodgers bullpen. You start, lacing balls all over the place, but it gets caught. So it's like, I'm with him on that, man. Like there was some hard hit balls late that could have completely changed the game. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like a good offensive team, or if you're finding some kind of consistency, cannot afford to get shut down over 6 innings from Eric Lauer. Nothing against him. He's been way better since he's been with the Dodgers. He's figured some things out. But, man, I'm just watching that game going, okay, hang on. We're just giving him 0-2, 1-2 counts all over the place. Now, on the other side of the offense, too, the aircraft carriers, the middle of the lineup, when you look at this last stretch, especially this series, I'm talking Cal. Now, Cal went deep, which is great, but Naylor, I'll throw him in there as well. And, Julio. With those three guys, man, it was so nice to see Cal and Julio go deep on the same night. Don't get me wrong, but overall, in this last little stretch here, it's still underwhelming offensively in the middle of that lineup. They need the middle of that lineup to get going. I'm sure you're going to ask me about trades here in a second, but if you want to be taken seriously as a team from your front office, when you get to the trade deadline, for that front office to say, yeah, all right, let's go for this, the guys you have in-house right now have to step it up. Otherwise, one guy in the middle of a lineup or one guy in a bullpen is not going to make a difference.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've changed the way that I watch the team. I kind of I had expectations, but now I just take whatever they can give me at this point, honestly. And Cole Young has been consistent with this ball club. Who else has been coming? Randy obviously has been consistent. What are fair expectations for Donovan once we see him?
Oh, man, we keep saying, it's a big boost. Have they announced, is he back today, tomorrow? Have they announced anything with him? I don't know. I haven't seen the update if he's coming back in the next couple of days or not. Brendan Donovan. Do you guys know?
Have you guys
seen? We assumed it might be this weekend because I think Adam Jude said he and his wife are expecting a baby. He was in Tacoma's lineup yesterday, so we just assumed it might be a bit later. We don't know, though.
Gotcha, yeah. Gotcha. Look, a huge boost to the offense. Nice. And, of course, too, you get him, and right before you're trying to trying to prove to the front office that, hey, we want you to go hard here at the trade deadline. Don't make these kind of mid-range, we'll see how we go, this might give you a little boost here. No. If you want to go all in like they did with Gino and Josh Naylor last year, you got to show something from in-house. So I think Brendan Donovan adds to that. It's going to be interesting because it's been a little bit. But at the same time, when you have a guy who, his skill set is contact, when I say plate discipline, good at bats and good contact, I think that's much easier to get in a rhythm and make an impact right out of the gates as opposed to someone who, like a Cal, who is trying to get their timing down and time up mistakes and hit them out of the ballpark. So, yes, it'll be a huge boost. But, again, just offensively, like this last stretch, we keep saying, okay, how can we turn this around besides the long ball to get offense? And runners in scoring position the last, 12 games, they're hitting sub 200 as a team. And, again, the middle of the lineup, too, just the inconsistency. So, yes, Brendan Donovan will help. It'll shuffle the lineup a little bit. But you just, again, man, I've said this before too. I love what Dom Canzone's doing. And personally for him, hitting in the middle of the lineup is awesome. But from a team standpoint, I don't want to see him in the middle of the lineup because that tells me the guys who should be there should be performing and pushing him out of there.
Perfectly fair take. What I'm wondering is kind of what's a player execution thing and what's a bigger question. For instance, Ryan, we had a texter who said, hey, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I was listening to the Dodgers broadcasters and they felt like the Mariners were swinging at everything. And they had a question about the Mariners offensive philosophy. Now, the way I've always understood it is that the Mariners offensive philosophy isn't really drastically different from most other places. So it's hard for me to point only at that and say, well, that's obviously what it is and not at player execution. But I don't know. Can you help us understand the philosophy, firstly, like a refresher on it, and then tell us what you see?
Well, first of all, you're the texter, not wrong. I didn't hear the Dodgers broadcast, but they're not wrong, man. Like some of the swing decisions against Eric Lauer were, to me, were a little bit of that. We're pressing, we're trying to do too much, and we are trying to make up for missing a mistake when he slipped ahead of the count, for example. And there's a couple of bats like that as a game when you get into the second inning, third inning, and you saw some of the foul balls because, like, man, I'm trying to jump on this pitch because I'm missing the pitch I should have got, or whatever it may be, right? Or they think they're going to double up on the pitch. Now, the Mariners' hitting philosophy, just like the pitching, is control the zone. The Mariners have always been there, especially in these last couple of years, top 5 in regards to pitches per plate appearance to get you to corner you into a spot where it's 2-1, 3-1, and then you can not second guess on what you're going to get, and you can hunt something in the middle of the plate. I think that philosophy, when you have guys, that's all well and good. On paper, amazing, great. Let's have at it when things are going well. But when you have a Josh Naylor who hasn't slugged, he's dealing with that wrist issue. You got a Cal Raleigh hitting sub 200. You've got a Julio is still coming back from the concussion. He's still a little inconsistent. I'm telling you, man, like, it's tough because you are going to second guess. You're going to second guess if you're trying to corner a pitcher and get him deep into a count and get him to a 3-1 count. You're going to second guess on what they're throwing. So I think, I'm not saying that philosophy goes out the window, and not to mention you're in a situation now where that warning shot of Bobby Maggiano is getting let go. That was kind of like, all right, does that make a big impact? No, but it's kind of that warning shot to be like, all right, we are going to make changes. And so I think Kevin Seitz is probably sitting there as well. And, this coaching staff and the players feel it. It's like, hold on, our hitting philosophy and everything that goes with it just got really shaken up because we just lost one of our guys in Maggiano's. And so now we're kind of maybe second guessing that a little bit. So it's a tough spot to really talk about hitting philosophy and controlling the strike zone when you do have underperformance happening and you do all of a sudden have a hitting coach get let go just right before one of the biggest series, let's be honest, of the year against the Texas Rangers.
When I was struggling with football, I would go to the jug machine, catch like 100 footballs before and after practice. Yeah. How do pitchers get out of whatever they're in? Because Wu has not been great on the road. What did you do when you felt like things just weren't clicking?
I don't know if it's the best advice, to be honest, because you start smashing stuff in the clubhouse. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. I did have a couple temper tantrums, that's for sure. I was one of those dudes, man, like when things weren't going well, the bullpen session in between was 80 pitches because I'm like, I would nail a pitch. I'm like, yeah, let's do it again. Yep, let's do it again. Probably bump very similar to what you're saying. And I'd be cooked I remember the day before some of my outings, I'm like, man, I'm cooked because I was trying to find it in the bullpen. I was trying to figure something out. I was trying to just overcompensate. I think with Brian Wu, when I'm watching him pitch, okay, first of all, if you look at the numbers or performance-wise on the surface, the sweeper and slider is not even close on the road to what it is at home for whatever reason. You look at some of those numbers and you look at the competitive pitches and you look at the command of those pitches, it's not even close to what it is from last year and to this year. For whatever reason, I have no idea why. And then what that does is then you watch these hitters eliminate those two breaking balls, and they just sit there, kind of like they did with Emerson Hancock. Man, Emerson Hancock didn't have his breaking ball last night. And to his credit, he was able to escape through 5 innings and survive against a really tough lineup. Well, Brian Wu, man, that's been like that on the road. It's been like that a little bit more at home as well lately, but when he's on the road, he, for some reason, cannot seem to get a secondary pitch over the plate and have it competitive consistently. And so with that being said, that's one thing. But we all know, man, it comes down to a mental, all right, something's happened on the road. I can't figure it out. I'm scratching my head. I'm coming off this really good year where everything seemed easy. And I was able to get all this glass half full, approach when I'm pitching the guys, when I'm on the ropes in 2025, maybe All-Star team. And it hasn't been the same. This year, it just simply hasn't been the same. So I think it's just a snowball effect where he's second-guessing, trying to figure out what's going on. He's in his head with the whole bit. Now, he's pitching on 4 days rest tonight. They kind of shook him a little bit to say, hey, look, you're not pitching at home. You're going to pitch at Dodger Stadium against the Dodgers on the road. It might be the best thing for him. He might go into this saying, I've got nothing to lose, man. I've been pushed up. I pitched, not that long ago. I've only got 4 days off. This may be the best thing for him. Sometimes when you don't have time to over-process or think home road or anything like that, or, like when you get in your head so much like you do as a starting pitcher with all that time off in between, then all of a sudden you can just go out and just make pitches. So I'm hoping this shakes it up a little bit where all of a sudden he finds out he's going 4 days rest, and he turns it around. But him on the road, man, it's not even close to the same, especially with the secondary pitches.
I'll preface this by saying none of us know the answer to this question. We're all just speculating. But what's up with Michael Arroyo? He wasn't in Tacoma. He's one of their best prospects, was seen like hugging people in the dugout. There was that report from Adam Jude that he could be up this summer. Do we think it's in any way related to deadline plans? Or do we think this is to add offense? Like, obviously it would be his debut. What do you think is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes guys come up, if they're going to come up, the week prior to show that they can compete. Like if the front office says, all right, we've got a young prospect and they're trying to bolster his value, they bring him up because all of a sudden it then creates a little bit more of a trade chip. Or what it does too is tell other teams, oh, by the way, we've got Michael Arroyo, who just came up to the big leagues. You know, I know the clock started, but that's like, but look what he's doing at the major league level, showing him off at the major league level if they think he can handle it or look better at the major league level. So that happens right before a move happens. Or on the flip side, what it does, it's not like, oh, hey, yeah, Michael Arroyo, see you later. What it does is kind of shake up how they talk about certain players. So, for example, if you are going to make a move at the deadline and you've got, okay, we can offload a starting pitcher. All right, great. Well, all of a sudden teams go, hey, by the way, you got Michael Arroyo. He just came up. What are you thinking about doing? It just creates more of an open conversation about different players that you can move around. And so there's a little bit of that. But again, you know, with all that stuff, and you preface it with not really knowing, because the Mariners have surprised us a lot, good and bad, at these trade deadlines. You know, they've done nothing at times. Going back a couple of years ago where the team was frustrated when they didn't do a whole lot. I think we got, Abraham Toro. That was pretty much it. And then all of a sudden they're going out and going, oh, well, hang on, we just got Justin Turner and Randy Arozarena. So and then obviously Luis Castillo as well. So, I'm not quite sure, but a lot of times what it does is just change the conversation with some of the young prospects that you may be dealing, or bolster some of that stock in a young player as well.
God, I remember feeling so bad for Abraham Toro.
Why?
Remember that trade? It was this super controversial trade. And then he's just there the next day. You're playing opposite your old team where you were just with them. And then you're with the new club and everyone's livid. And you're just, hey, you guys.
Yeah.
I know. What about that? Kendall Graveman went over. Everyone's like, hold on, this is our dude, man. Like, this is how we shut down games to win games so we can go to the postseason. He just gave him up. Oh, yeah, how awkward. Super awkward. For sure. he went off, though, man. He went off there for a couple of weeks.
He did.
Made up for it. Yeah. But he's a good dude, man. I was talking about the WBC. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Ryan, metal bat. How many bombs you hitting? What a metal bat.
I'm not using one, man. I'll tell you why. Because if I go off and hit 2 or 3, hey, I hit home runs, what are they going to say? They go, yeah, but it was a metal bat. It just takes away.
You have the option to use a metal bat?
Yeah, you have the option. I'm using woods. I know. I'm using the real deal. Yeah, man. They offered it, man, and they kept I'm like, yeah, hint. Use the metal bat when I was at that workout. I'm like, fellas, I get it. Like, I'm not just hitting balls off the Hit Cafe. I get it. But I'm not going up there, going ping, and everyone's like, yeah, but it's a metal bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Respect. So respect it.
I thought Ryan was going to say, no, because the thing is you have to think about the safety of the kids that are going to be watching. When I'm hitting dingers, when it's 107 off the bat, you got to just think about that.
You tell me, man. I'm going to send you a video right when we get off here. I'll show you. It was a linear missile. Whoever was sitting in the seat, the empty seat on Monday afternoon, whoever's going to be sitting there, if I hit one of these missiles, they better watch out. Better pay attention.
Here's Mariners analyst Ryan Rowland-Smith. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
This isn't your first down, but would you use a metal bat?
Heck yeah.
I would too.
I would, man. I never was a pro baseball player, so yeah, they could laugh and talk all they wanted to. I'm like, all right, well now let's go to the football field and catch this punt.
Well, or if I was Ryan, I'd be like, well, now let's just pitch a little bit.
Yeah.
And how fast can you throw a ball, and how accurate can you be?
No, Ryan, I respect it, man. He said, nah, real deal.
This is your real first down. What's the most intriguing battle at today's practice? Or sorry, what was the most?
It's the big boys, man. The pads are on, and that's when the big boys can shine. That's where they can get a bit physical because, with no pads, it's not physical. That's not their game. On the outside with receivers and DBs, you can kind of get a feel for who can do what. Mm-hmm. But with the bigs, they're just taking care of each other. So for the first time, they got to get after. So it's the 300-pounders over there just pushing each other around is the battle that I was looking forward to seeing the most today.
Second down. How is practice different for the wide receivers?
It's different. There's contact now. So no pads, no contact. DBs are playing 3 to 4, 5 yards off, free release for the receiver. And then all of a sudden those pads come on, and they can get physical. They can put your hands on you. And as a receiver, all they want to do is disrupt your timing. They want to visually make it weird for the quarterback. If a quarterback sees a receiver at the line of scrimmage just getting handled, he's probably going to check off and go somewhere else. But it just forces you to use all of your technique. There's corners who will never press. There's corners that all they do is press. Like Jalen Ramsey is going to press you every chance that he gets. Why? Because he's a big corner. The smaller corners aren't as aggressive sometimes. So it just it allows you to show or work on a different part of your game. You got to be able to move guys off their spot, get their hands off you, make tight catches, push them away at the top. There's so many things that change once the pass comes on and the DB can be aggressive.
Third down. Stick with the wide receivers for this one. So how can wide receivers trying to make the team grab some attention?
That's how I made the team. All right? You're going to get 10 plays with the offense, maybe with the twos, who knows. You're going to get about 10 plays, and 7 of them are going to be run plays. And you have to be the greatest blocking receiver that this team has ever seen.
That the world has ever seen.
The world has ever seen. That's how you get guys' attention or coaches' attention, because you show that effort when you're blocking. And then they say, you know what? Let's give them 4 pass plays today. And you grow off of that. That's just one way. There are other ways that you can do it. But the first thing you got to do is be a willing blocker, man. The big boys create that first wave, right? You get by the offensive line, defensive line wave, then you get by the linebackers. The big run plays typically come because receivers are downfield blocking their butts off, getting on the safeties, getting on corners. So, yeah, if you are a receiver trying to make this team and you're on that bubble, trust me, you become the best blocker you can be, and you might get a few more reps.
Which receiver is the best blocker on this team?
Cooper Kupp.
You didn't hesitate.
No, it's Cooper Kupp.
So JSN is washed.
No,
Not a good. No, I'm just kidding.
JSN,
but what makes Cooper Kupp so great? Just throw himself into it. Good reads.
No, he understands angles.
Yeah.
Like if you understand angle, you don't have to be the most physical receiver to be the best blocker. If you understand angles and can anticipate the way that the defense is flowing to the football, you'll set yourself up for success.
Fourth down. We began the show by reading Nate Tice's top 10 offenses entering the 2026 season. Seahawks, not one of them. Why should the Seahawks be considered a preseason top 10 offense?
They should be, because you have a lot coming back. I understand you don't have K9 and people are concerned about the run game. We know that's going to be an emphasis on this team. I think I heard Gray Zabel talk with the morning show or Rock and Sock, I think he was with. And he said he feels like this is going to be a run-first type of team. So no matter what, you're going to run the football. But you have the best receiver in the game. You have one of the best tight end rooms in the game. You have 5 offensive linemen that are coming back. I think there's more returning that can support Sam Darnold than what left. You got Torrey Horton, who's going to get healthy. You got Rashid Shaheed, who's looking like he's getting acclimated and learning this offense. No, they should have been a top 10, but I'm okay with the disrespect. I'm completely fine with it. It keeps a chip on their shoulder, but people are going to learn here pretty soon.
3 big things leading to a lot of that disrespect. Sam Darnold, a new play caller, and questions in the running back room. In order of fairest critique to least fair, how would you rank those?
So it was Sam. What was
Sam, new OC, questions at running back.
New OC, questions at running back, Sam.
Sam's the least fair to question.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It's just
2 years in a row, man.
Totally get it with the new OC.
Yeah.
And look, yesterday I asked you, like, how much of what this offense did so great last year was Clint Kubiak. You said a lot of it. Like, yeah, they have the right players, and players can, how would you say, players can make you right? Good players make you right. But losing Kubiak's a pretty big deal. Yeah. You don't want to copy exactly what he did, but this team was super explosive. The most explosive passing offense the first 8 weeks of the season. How do you replicate that?
Thankfully they're running the same type of offense. Fleury's going to make it his own. But you have a quarterback who understands this offense on a different level, too. So I think it's collaborative. It's a team effort out there.
You're listening to Bump and Stacy on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. How's Sam Darnold's training camp going? Let's listen in to the quarterback next.
Seattle Sports, home of Wyman and Bob, 2 to 7.
Seahawks out here, Hard Knocks film crew is out here. You kind of have to look for them. They did take up the whole gravel parking lot out there with all their trailers.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but I think Mike Macdonald, this is right up his alley, right? Like how to ignore it and don't worry about all of that stuff. He's all about that. It's going to be interesting to watch what footage they use, and they're out there recording everything. They got it dialed in. They've done this before.
On Seattle Sports. Watch live or later on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Are you squeezing every last bit out of your summer? Looking for a fun add to your itinerary? I have the perfect trip already planned out for you at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Make a whole weekend out of it. Here's what you need to do. You head up Friday, treat yourself to a delicious dinner at the steakhouse. On your way to dinner, become a free member of Reef Rewards that allows you discounts on gas, dining, hotel, and the spa. Saturday morning, book yourself a tea time at Loomis Trail. Make sure you get there early, check out the range, and walk around the historic clubhouse. It's beautiful. After your round, enjoy Saturday night dinner at the Cantina or Red River Cafe for live entertainment. Now, Sunday is for the spa. Relax, recharge with the massage treatment, and work out those kinks and those knots and just unwind a little bit. Before you head home, plan your next weekend at Silver Reef, maybe for Crazy Train, Howie Mandel, or Guns for Roses. All you got to do, take I-5, exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
We're all looking for ways to add extra income without adding extra hours. How about joining a credit union where your money earns money? Dave Wyman for Harborstone Credit Union. They have a money market special offering strong returns for your hard-earned money. Open yours at harborstone.com/moneymarket and start earning 3.75 annual percentage yield. The best part is you retain full access to your money the entire time. That's harborstone.com, insured by NCUA.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the Warehouse Club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
The champs are back.
Really excited to get going.
Nobody covers Seahawks training camp like the home of your Super Bowl champions, Seattle Sports.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Your old water heater's starting to peter.
DayandNight.net. Day and Night has $150 off installation of any new water heater, including tankless, backed by a free lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Bruce. When your old water heater leaks or fails, the damage could be catastrophic. Whether you need an emergency replacement or you're planning ahead before it leaks, give us a call and we'll help you get into hot water again.
Get $150 off installation of any new water heater. DayandNight.net.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Talking right now with reporters at Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold. Let's take a listen.
You know, first of all, it's great to be back. You know, just with the guys on the grass, it's always great. You know, it's great to have a couple months off, but to be back and, you know, in this building, not only with the coaches and my teammates, but everyone that works in the building, it's so great to be back and in this beautiful city. So we're all enjoying our time here, but we know what's at stake, right? We got a lot to work on, some new faces, and obviously a new coach in Brian Fleury. So we're all just trying to learn the best we can the playbook and just continue to learn each other and build consistency with each other and grow from there.
This is the first time in like 5 years I think you've been in a camp with the team you played with the year before. Yeah. Does things like that help you in everything coming back this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think you know, having that stability and understanding kind of what you're coming back to. Also with Fleury, you know, the offense not really changing a ton. There's some tweaks here and there, but it's nice to be back with the same guys.
Now you've had a little bit more time with Coach Fleury, what are some things that stand out? You know, you get to see how he operates in the training camp. So.
Yeah, you know, I think with Fleury, just his mentality, like whether it's a good play or a bad play, you know, his mentality never really changes out there on the field, which I already kind of knew about being in San Francisco with him, but he was always very even keel. But now getting to spend a little bit more time, or a lot more time with him as the offensive coordinator, it's really fun to be able to watch him work every single day and just see his mentality out there, you know. He wants our offensive line to attack and take control, and I think that's a really good mindset for an offensive coordinator to have, and he's just going to continue to be that driving force behind our offense, and you know, it's going to be fun to figure out what our identity is here in camp and going into the season with him. What's that? Yeah.
What's he kind of told you about what to expect from him and knowing him a little bit closer?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Fleury, like, you think he's he is very stoic, and he's very even-keeled, but he's got a very dry sense of humor, and he's very, you know, funny at times. So we got to continue to get that out of him a little bit. But no, he's been great, and yeah, Sabi's just told us that he's just very consistent, and I think, you know, the guys, the players, can really appreciate that when a coach is very consistent. And you know what to expect day in and day out.
Sam, you've got a lot of great targets out there. Jason in particular, what makes him so special and so easy to work with?
Yeah, I think his route running is special, first and foremost. I think, you know, his consistency with how he runs routes, but, you know, he's never going to tip anything off to the defense. You know, all of his routes look the same, but for me as a quarterback, I kind of know what to expect in terms of the timing, and that's the other thing too, like he can run a route different. Like he's not going to run one route the exact same every single time, but he knows the timing, you know, he knows the timing and the rhythm with our feet is really important, and he's always going to come out of his break at the right time. So I think that's something that kind of separates him. And then another thing is just his football IQ, you know, just his awareness of space, spatial awareness, and understanding defenses and coverages, so that, you know, if the route allows him to kind of sit in a window, he can do that and feel the space.
Sam, what did you take away from your time working out with Rashid at Saddleback? What did you take away from that experience?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to be able to throw with the guys, obviously, in the off season. I think more than anything, it's just really fun to be able to talk with them more, because obviously out here we're in meetings and stuff, we talk all the time, but a lot of it's football. So to be able to spend time with him off the field and kind of chat about what's been going on this offseason and kind of get to know the person a little bit more was awesome.
So you do your best to try to get a guy up to speed when he joins your mid-season. There's probably only so much you can do on the game plan. How much more can you get out of working with Rashid now that you've got the full off-season run-up with him? And what do you kind of been able to kind of crack on that?
Yeah, I think it's just more time on task. You know, getting a guy in mid-season, especially the receiver, it can be tough to build chemistry and build that timing, which, again, I don't think we really struggled with that much, maybe early on the first couple weeks. But, again, kind of like Jax, he's a really friendly receiver to throw to. He's really fast, so if, you know, he's got a post or a go ball, I know I got to get the ball up and down or up in a hurry. But, yeah, he's just, again, he's very easy guy to throw to, and we're looking forward. I know he is, but I am as well. I'm looking forward to him continuing to get more reps and kind of build that chemistry so that we can see him, you know, just more often, you know, getting catches and doing his thing at the receiver position.
Sam, you guys finished 31st last year in targets for running backs in the passing game, but it seems like here early in training camp, that's more of an emphasis, a lot of opportunities for Jadarian and George and the rest of the running backs. How does that help you as a quarterback when you have more of that threat there? How does it make things difficult in the defense and maybe open up some other things for you when you have that out?
Yeah, I think, you know, it helps the quarterback a ton because, like you said, it does present a different problem for the defense. I think sometimes the defense assumes, especially on third down, that the running back's going to stay in and protect so they can kind of build their pressures off of that. But, you know, when you're getting 5 guys out on a route and you're in scat protection, and, you know, sometimes you got to throw hot and, you know, the defense is going to make you hot. But if you get the protections right and you're not hot and the running back's out on a route, sometimes that's a mismatch, you know, with a linebacker, especially with a guy like JD, George. You know, we got a ton of backs in the backfield this year that can make people miss, linebackers and safeties miss. So it's going to be really fun to kind of see what those guys can do coming out of the backfield.
Sam, what's the Hard Knocks experience been like so far?
It's been great. We're loving it. You know, it was funny. It was a talk in the QB room. It was like, who's going to change and who's not when the cameras go on, you know, in the you know, just in the locker room. And no one's really changed, which I'm proud of. So, you know, it's been fun, though. I think after the first 3 or 4 days, you kind of forget the cameras are there, which might be a bad thing. But, no, I think, you know, we're all kind of used to it at this point. It was nice to hear that they record, I think, 300 hours of film every single day, and only 1 hour gets used throughout the day. So that was very nice to know that.
As the starting quarterback, you're probably going to be a big focal point of the show. Do you feel like you're more prepared for that now than you would have been maybe a few years ago?
I mean, yeah, I think however you want to look at it, I think I would have been prepared a few years ago, but I think experience and, you know, just being around locker rooms and being a little bit older, I guess, maybe more mature, I think, you know, that can help a little bit with this experience. But it's been great, man, to be able to have the crew around. The crew's awesome, too. Really good people, so it's been awesome to have them around.
And then the last one on Hard Knocks. Who do you feel like, whose personality do you feel like the world is going to learn about that maybe they didn't know about?
Oh, man. Honestly, I think the head coach, the head ball coach, Mike, I think he'll shine bright on Hard Knocks just for people to kind of see his personality and his personality come to life. I think is because he's a great guy. Obviously, we know him. We know who he is as our head coach and as a person. And I think for the entire world to see that is going to be really cool.
Sam, we heard this defense every single day. They were just ranked 10th in the league by Madden. Do you have any thoughts on?
No.
We heard from Jax the other day, for everything he accomplished, he still sees room to get better and grow. I imagine you're wired similarly. You've done a lot these last 2 years, personally, team-wise. What's next for you? How do you want to evolve?
Yeah, I think I can always get better. I think there were a lot of things, like for me especially, I think moving on in my progressions and working from one field to the other I felt like I was throwing behind some targets, especially if I was going left to right. There were a couple throws in the Super Bowl that I'd like to have back. And then not only during the Super Bowl, but, before that as well, where I missed some guys going through my progression. So I think just being calm with my feet, making sure my feet don't get super wide, and I keep, a lot of guys like to keep their base wide. But for me, like, my base has always been wide, and sometimes I get too wide. So I think just making sure that I keep my base more, hip width apart is going to make me a little bit more accurate. So just working on little things like that, and always working on the deep ball every offseason as well.
Does that excite you to feel like when you've done a lot and feel like, hey, there's still more out there?
There's always. I mean, this game is so tough. It's so difficult, and there's so much that goes on for us as quarterbacks, mentally. So I think making sure when we get to the game that, like, everything physically is just muscle memory, and that's why you work so hard in the offseason, so that you're not thinking about those things when you get out there on Sunday.
You obviously know what the narratives were about you last year and everything. Are you glad those are kind of all gone now, and now it's kind of different? I mean, you won a Super Bowl and all that.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I've never paid attention to stuff like that. I've been very confident in myself. I've been very confident in my teammates and the coaches that I have. So I don't allow myself to really pay attention to anything like that. And if I do catch wind of it, I have my process on how to, handle that. But yeah, I think for me, it's just about, again, like I just said, it's about handling my process and doing it my way, so that, I get out there. It's not about what I've done. It's not about what I'm going to do. It's about what I'm doing right now. And I think if I just continue to have that mindset as we go on, we'll be just fine.
Sam, your whole the offensive line is coming back. What does that do for you as a quarterback?
Yeah, I love them. The offensive line, they're great guys, characters all around. Just a great group, man. It's so fun to be able to work with those guys every single day. They really set the tone for our offense, too. I think a lot of people don't realize that, or just the offensive line in general in football, I don't think gets talked about enough. They're such a vital part to a team's success. Because even our offensive line setting the tone, and our defensive line feeling how they're coming off the ball, like, that sets the tone for the entire team. And I don't think I don't really think they get enough credit for how they practice and how they play on game day. So I'm always going to make sure they get love and all the things that I feel like they deserve. But they're an incredible group, a really fun group to be with, and I'm just glad I get to be with them every single day. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. That's next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Put in the work every day,
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years, guaranteed? Well, thanks to Xfinity, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through August 24th, get their best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats and finds and fixes issues before you even notice them. No annual contracts or commitments, no hidden fees, and the best equipment included. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber, coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
You're still glowing,
flirting, grooving. You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Seattle Sports is giving you a shot at 4 tickets to see the Seahawks in their preseason home opener, Saturday, August 15th.
To enter, open the Seattle Sports app or go to seattlesports.com/win for details.
You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your chances.
Enter daily from July 28th through August 3rd.
Full details and rules at seattlesports.com/win.
That's seattlesports.com/win.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafy, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. At Pella Windows and Doors, we pride ourselves on delivering top-quality windows and doors that enhance the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Our products are built to last with innovative designs and exceptional craftsmanship. Whether you're looking to upgrade your windows or install new doors, Pella has you covered.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
Listen every day to the Bump Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Did you know that 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state? I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide financial support for breast and gynecologic cancer patients in our community. Join us at Life in Color, a summer brunch, auction, and fashion show on August 23rd at the Somme Hotel in Woodinville for an unforgettable afternoon of inspiration. Get your tickets now for Life in Color on August 23rd at nwhopeandhealing.org. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
It's what I need to know. Get your questions in. Any questions, sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. 866-979-3776. First one is a sports question from a listener. What I need to know. Why isn't Nehemiah Pritchett talked about more? I think he's got a good shot at increased snaps or even starting.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think that
I had to double check that he was still on the roster. I have one right in front of me.
I saw him yesterday. Yeah.
Because I thought, well, God, is he hurt? Did I miss something?
No, it's something. He's not separating himself somehow. That's why.
How do you separate yourself?
Do all the right things, do it with high effort and enthusiasm, and make plays. all about making plays. So we'll see what it looks like in preseason.
866-979-3776. Send those questions in. What I need to know, whose trading card would be most valuable? Brock Huards, Dave Wyman, or Michael Bumpus?
Probably Dave. He played the longest. Dave played like 8-9 years in the league. Yeah, probably Dave.
We did a whole video years ago trying to look for Dave's card.
Did you find it?
I didn't, but you were in the video too, Stacy.
Oh. Oh, I remember this. I do.
That was years ago.
Yeah, and there were a lot of zoo pants.
Zubas.
Zubas, thank you.
Yeah.
Zoo pants. You know, the zebra pants. Yeah, we didn't find it. You guys know the most valuable trading card?
Ever?
It's the Honus Wagner card.
I don't think it is anymore.
No, it pretty much is, yeah.
How much is it worth?
It's worth like millions of dollars.
Well, yeah, but I looked up most valuable trading card, and it says it was the Mickey Mantle card, but now it's not. Oh, what's this? Okay. The Honus Wagner used to be. Then it was surpassed by 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card. Then it was surpassed by 2007-08 double signature Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Damn. Double signature.
Well.
Well.
And look who was right, Curtis.
You didn't even say it was the Michael. You looked it up online.
Yes.
I didn't hear you say Honus Wagner.
No, I thought it was the Mickey Mantle one. And I don't know anything about trading cards, but I know that that's a poster. What I need to know. What are your biggest pet peeves you actually see people doing? I'll start. Leaving your shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot like a lazy you-know-what.
Yeah, I can't stand that. Pet peeve. Just not saying excuse me. You bump into someone, you're in someone's way, just say excuse me.
Do you guys have one?
When a road is only big enough for one car to go through and the other car lets somebody in and you don't give them a courtesy wave, that sets me off.
Ryan, do you have one?
Coming to a complete stop to make a right turn.
That was similar to Bumps Get Off My Lawn yesterday.
There's a light in Linwood. If you do not make a complete stop before you turn right, it takes a picture.
Yeah.
And you get a ticket.
I've gotten a ticket like that.
I didn't know you could get a ticket. Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like a free turn should just be like you go when it's safe, and that might have to be like, oh, shoot, you got to go right now.
Yeah.
Mine, I actually agree with this person. They said leaving your shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be mine. It's like inconveniencing someone else because you don't recognize. Anyone who never slightly inconveniences themselves because they'd rather inconvenience everyone else around them.
Moms and old people, if I see them, I will take their cart for them and put it away.
That's nice.
Moms and old people.
But yeah, put your carts away.
Yeah.
Park in regular spots if you're not handicapped.
Nah.
Okay. Again, Ryan doesn't know that, and
Are we getting teriyaki or something like that?
I was picking up sushi. I stopped in for. I stopped in for 2 seconds.
Hey.
There were multiple handicap spots, multiple, and so I said, and no one was in there. I would not have done it in a busy. I have to go. I'm popping in for 2 seconds.
But then you tried to pretend as though you.
Curtis,
were
that part wasn't for air.
You walked out with a limp.
No, I didn't. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Oh, people just sending in more pet peeves. They said, when you're at a restaurant and the server says, "How are we doing? What are we drinking? How's your food going? Are you joining us? What the heck?" Oh, that one doesn't bother me as much. I think that's just kind of like
Just checking in.
Just checking in. Yeah. But you know what? Pet peeves don't always have to make sense to other people.
No, they don't.
Bump, have you ever met a football player that couldn't throw a football?
Yes.
This is actually a great question.
Yes, I have.
Who was it?
Someone on defense.
I was going to say probably like a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
How did you see? What did it look like when he threw it? Did it shock you? Like what?
No spiral, no spin on the ball. It's like end over end, floating.
How do you not know as a player, even just like a bad throw, but like...
feel like every American should know how to throw a football. It should be part of your citizenship.
If the ball is small enough, I can throw it.
I believe it.
I can't throw a regular size football.
No. That's why that kid, junior size.
Exactly. But I'm surprised a player doesn't, because so many players play, especially if you're a bigger guy, like you're in a smaller town. You were playing both ways in high school. You know what I mean? I'm always surprised by that, because usually players play all over the place when they're in high school or middle school. It's
weird.
Depending on when they get into tackle football, I guess. What I need to know, someone said you can buy the Dave Wyman card on eBay. We got to go find it.
I'm sure you can find a Brock Hewitt or a Michael Bumpus card on eBay, too. Remember when we never bought it for him. We found a Jake Heaps signature on eBay. We thought about buying it for him.
And we thought about buying it like $25 bucks or something.
Yeah.
We just thought, because we thought like it's obviously not super expensive, but this is purely just for the gag gift of it. Do we buy it and gift it to him?
What would have been hilarious is if it was a fake signature.
Yes. Like, Jake, do you remember signing this? What I need to know, what would it actually take for the Mariners to get Mason Miller?
$1 billion.
Giving up an uncomfortably high prospect.
And a starter.
Yeah. Although Mike Salk said earlier it's probably the only trade that he would actually want to see. Not that it would be easy or not that the Mariners have shown enough, but he was saying, like, of all the names, that's the only one that really excites me, where I'd go, oh, let's see what happens here.
Oh, yeah, that would have the biggest clubhouse impact for sure.
Yeah, and I like the idea of adding to pitching as opposed to like what are you going to do offensively? There's no big bats out there. There's a limited number of right-handed hitters. Like, you do have a better shot to just make your pitching crazy good, but will they? We'll continue this conversation and plenty of Seahawks talk from practice tomorrow. Wyman and Bob coming your way next.
The champs are back.
So great. Weather's awesome. Guys are in good spirits.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, has your sideline pass every day with Bump and Stacy live from the VMAC from 10 to 2.
We're going to be able to take in practice all week long.
Then Wyman and Bob from 2 o'clock all the way up to Mariners pregame at 6.
Byron Murphy is with us. How are you, man? Put in the work every day, you know.
The very latest news, insight, and exclusive analysis at seattlesports.com.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Ready to relax, unwind, and feel your best? The Spa Warehouse Summer Savings Expo is on now. Enjoy big savings on in-stock hot tubs and swim spas. Hot tubs start as low as $3,999 with savings up to $3,000 on select models. Score incredible deals on in-stock swim spas. Save up to $7,700. Plus, interest-free financing through 2028 on approved credit. The expo ends this Friday. Don't delay. Your best life starts at the Spa Warehouse.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn SolarWorks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.